So you're going to love this cotton candy burrito.
Okay.
Because this master of cotton candy makes the first sheet and lays it out like a tortilla. A tortilla.
A tortilla.
A tortilla.
Cotton candy tortilla.
Then
Is that Italian?
It's a fucking tortilla.
Yeah, but you're pronouncing it weird.
it's a tortilla.
No, that's how you.
Tortilla.
That's how you.
Tortilla.
That's how you.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it. Have you never heard you probably
Spanish double L.
You probably pronounce it tortilla.
And then so then you take
Pleb.
your candies of choice, like say gummy bears, gummy
Okay.
worms, whatever it may be. He starts wrapping it.
Skittles.
And he's folding it like a burrito, and then he cuts it. So you've got these layers,
The cross section.
essentially, of cotton candy, and then the middle is all this candy.
If you're only listening, my eyes are really wide right now.
Yep. If you're just listening to the podcast,
You
he's
can YouTube
staring
this
in
and
wonderment.
Watch this mastery.
Way ahead of you, buddy.
So fuck them making the cotton candy roses. They make goddamn burritos.
I want one.
Cotton candy
I'm getting
burrito.
one.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
He
And I'm like,
just looked it up on his phone.
Oh.
I watched this video and my pancreas goes, fuck no. There's not enough insulin to get us through
Okay, so this is a cotton candy burrito. All right. Ready? No audio, just video.
Okay.
Look at that beauty. Look at it.
Oh, I want to see
Select
him
all
split it
your
apart
favorite
again.
toppings.
Oh,
he's
that
going to.
Cereal,
that's a
sprinkles, candy, some marshmallows, 3 scoops of ice cream.
What? Why have I not?
Yeah, I couldn't remember all this.
Wrapped in a cotton candy
open it
tortilla.
up. Open it up again.
Here comes that
And-
beautiful cross
And
section.
look
Holy-
at that.
Jizz in my pants.
I can't even function right
my
now.
fucking teeth hurt right now.
Look, my BS just said no.
Yeah, his
No.
pancreas is like, oh,
No.
He's watching it and having an insulin response.
oh. Okay, so how do I get one of these things?
So this is in Vegas.
Of course it is.
A place called
Fucking
Creamberry.
There's got to be something
Heart
like
attack
when-
Okay,
cafe.
so why don't we go to Vegas?
Okay.
We love burgers. Heart Attack Cafe.
Well,
You love
I'm
candy.
going to be like, hey, can I get one without the
I
bottom?
love
I'm
hookers.
diabetic.
you got to go out to the county for that, though.
Yes.
You can't. That's not actually
Motherfucker,
legal
if
in the
I've
city.
already gone to Vegas, another 10 miles ain't going to kill me.
Right. You just got to go a little bit outside the city limits.
and you're
There's
going
the cat house.
No, I don't have
Yeah.
I,
the Bunny Farm,
Bunny Ranch.
Bunny Ranch. That's right.
I don't have, first of all,
he does like hookers.
First of all, I don't have hobo stab insurance. And second of all, I don't really want to see the birthplace of hepatitis.
True.
All right.
True.
I've also
Tommy Lee's
seen
place.
said cotton candy burrito stuffed with ice cream and candy. That's exactly what it was.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we just watched.
Right.
100% what it was.
Right. I'm going into insulin shock, and these guys are just drooling everywhere.
Dude's over
Yeah.
here like having to shoot up
Right.
after.
What, you shoot up in your belly or your ass. You want to go in the fleshy parts.
I just always went in between my toes.
Oh, wait.
He's
we're not
talking about
insulin
heroin.
anymore.
Yeah.
My heroine.
A female hero.
I've made jokes about that at work, and I know that one day I'm just walking, they're going to hand me the swab, and we need to check. You know, I'm like, I just joke. I don't do drugs. I rarely drink. This is the first time I've had a drink in a while.
Anybody
But
ready for
I make jokes because it's fun, and people respond to it, and they laugh at you. You know, you laugh at yourself, and they can't call you fat.
wear it like armor?
Yeah, we make fat jokes all day. We see who has the best fat jokes. It's disarming a bully. I teach my kids that.
Mhm.
You beat them to the punch, and they got nothing, and they walk away.
Who's ready for a beer?
Yeah,
This guy.
Okay, good because I got 3 left.
I have
Oh,
I have
that's convenient.
I have lots of fat jokes, and for that exact reason, so I spent a good portion of the early part of my life fat. Like I wasn't even like fat. Like I wasn't way overweight, but I was definitely a chunky kid. And so I got made fun of a lot in school, and that was my lot in life, was to get made fun of in school.
Right.
And at the time, I wasn't as quick-witted and stuff like that, so I just took it, and it was a huge bummer and all that stuff. Thank you, sir.
Gracias.
And then in high school, like first part of freshman year, fat kid. Second part of freshman year, started getting ripped. Like I ended up, like the beginning of my junior year, like I was ripped. Like I had 6-pack. Like aside from the fact that I had hair, I looked like Jason Statham. Ripped as fuck. Okay, maybe not that ripped, but really, like I was fit. Is what I'm getting at. And then I got injured and I got fat again, but I had that whole fucking time to just disarm all the shit. Like I know all the fat jokes. I love making fun of fat people. And because I'm fat. Of course I love making fun of everybody for everything. Like I'll make fun of anybody for anything. But I know a ton of fat jokes for that exact reason. Like cuz I needed to disarm the...
My kids don't call me fat. They say, Daddy just has more cuddles.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's
Little-
huge.
little
I
sweet
thought you were
moment
gonna
there.
say he big boned.
Nope. I got more cuddles. Like I just want to lay on you because you got more cuddles. I'm like, it's fat. It's okay. You can say it. I'm okay. I've come to terms that I'm fat. I now believe the mirrors, and the fact that I wear big clothes.
And a lot of people seem to get confused because they think that those things are mutually exclusive. They think that you have to either be fat and proud of who you are and like that's who you're going to be forever, like you're just a fat person, or you have to hate yourself and hate that you're fat and want to change it and everything is the worst about you because you're fat. And those aren't the extremes.
No.
Like I am not happy with the way I currently look and am, so I want to lose weight and be healthier and better in that way. But at the same time, I don't feel bad about myself for the way that I am. I'm comfortable that I have to buy the bigger clothes and
You're comfortable in your own skin.
Yes.
right. And I know my limits. I know I'm not going to win a game of pickup basketball right now.
No, but
E-
this would
even
be
though-
fun
even
for us
though-
to go do this.
Even though
I'm just saying.
even though I have a really I'm pretty good at basketball, or I was. Now I realize I'm probably not.
Right. There's a lot of hang on, guys.
You know what you call that? Sucking dirty pond water.
Right.
Right. And like I don't get as out of breath as I used to because I work out. I go up and down stairs all the time as part of my exercise. So I've got some stamina, but my knees are still made out of paper fucking mache.
This you know about all his stair incident in the garage. And,
Maybe, do I?
I don't think so.
oh, this is an amazing story of him walking down the stairs.
Well, I ended up down the stairs.
He did.
Is this a story you want to tell on stream?
Yeah, I don't mind at all.
All right.
So I'm gonna preface this with some backstory because it's important to know just a little bit of backstory. So I worked for a company that rhymes with pizza slut. Back in the day,
Is that Papa Jan's?
no,
I'm not very good at the rhyme game either.
yeah, it's Charlie's Hooker House.
Oh,
It's
they have
That
good
one.
very
deep
very
dish.
complicated rhyming.
Deep dish.
No.
Oh.
Nice. Anyway, I worked for this place that rhymes with pizza slut, and there were birds. So
Bird.
bird's a word. So you have a big steel ladder. I did it again. What the fuck's wrong with me? Why am I throwing up peace signs? Anyway,
My oldest son does that, so
I don't know what
I
the fuck's
just
wrong
got
with me.
surprised, so yours is going to be better than
Surprise
mine.
butt sucks. So, anyway, I worked at Pizza Slut, and there's a big steel ladder that leads up to roof hatch. And you get on the roof. We all know what a roof hatch is.
yes.
We secure them. And there were birds. There was a nest of birds inside the roof hatch. So in the restaurant, there was a nest of birds. And I thought to myself, that's not a good idea to have birds in a restaurant.
That's
Does
what
that...
That's the only reason I want a beer.
And so, as such, I decided I should go up there and do something about that. So my plan was that I didn't have one. I
just
think
gonna climb up there and wing
I
it.
thought when I got to the top, I was going to maybe grab the nest and place it in there, on the outside on the roof.
Right.
Maybe that was my plan. I really don't think I had thought it all the way through, except probably not a good idea. I don't want these birds to start flying around in the fucking restaurant with all these people in here. So I start climbing up, and I get about 8 feet up, and one of the ladder rungs breaks. And I'm climbing up the ladder vertically, and the rung breaks out from under me, and so I fall in this position, and I land on my feet, and both of my knees blow out at the same time.
Ooh. Now, did the rest of the rungs break as you're
No.
going down like in the great comedy movies?
No.
No.
No. So I land on my feet, both my knees blow out. I don't have health insurance. Go ahead.
Question. Okay, so when one says my knees blew out, what exactly we're talking about?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
He's getting there.
So I don't have health insurance because I'm working my best
Part-time,
at
probably.
Pizza Slut.
Yep.
And I'm not, but barely making ends meet as it is. And this is before Obamacare, before insurance was required. And so my friend said, yeah, I gotta call the ambulance. Everybody's hovering around me. Are you okay? Blah, blah. Manager's on the fucking phone. You call you an ambulance? And I'm like, no, I can't afford it. I'm laying on the floor crying, telling them not to call an ambulance. So my friend pulls his car up, and I army crawl out the back door and across the sidewalk and down and onto the pavement and into his fucking car with the help of several people because I'm a big dude. And we drive to the hospital, and they take x-rays because everybody assumes it's going to be covered under workers' comp. Later, it wasn't. Still fucking pissed about that. Tell you more about that later. But at the time, they thought it was going to be covered, so they did x-rays. I tore the ACL and MCL in my left knee and the ACL in my right knee.
Okay.
So in this knee, literally all the tendons were shredded. In this knee, just one of them. So
And
this is my bad
due
knee.
to an impact.
I landed on my feet.
Uh-huh.
All 300 and something pounds of me from 8 feet up landed on my feet, and my knees couldn't support the weight, and they literally,
Okay.
there we go, that way.
So, okay.
They blew inwards and tore everything to shreds.
I see now. Okay.
So, I don't have health insurance, and workers' comp isn't going to cover this. I could have, had I known such a thing existed. I was a dumb kid. I worked at fucking Pizza Hut. Had I known such a thing existed, I could have got like a workers' comp lawyer or something that would have loved to take the case, but I didn't know that was a thing. So when they brought me into a booth a few weeks later, because I hadn't been working, and said, we're going to have to let you go. Workers' comp isn't going to cover any of this because you were horsing around. I said, well, that fucking sucks, and I went home. I didn't have surgery. None of my knees have been fixed. I crutches and stayed home on the couch until I could walk again. And my wife, I love her to death, bless her. She was there for every single second of it. She supported us the whole time that I wasn't working because I couldn't walk.
Right.
So my knees haven't healed. Or if they have, they're not right. And so needless to say, I still have issues with them sometimes. And this comes into James's, the story he wanted me to tell you. So the other day, I'm getting ready to leave at 6:30 in the morning, and I open the door to the garage, and the light doesn't come on. And I try and push the button, and the button's not opening. There's no power to the garage. The rest of the house has power, but the garage doesn't. And my breaker box is in the basement. So, fuck. Okay, so I put my shit down, and I go to the basement, and I go downstairs, and sure enough, the breaker for the garage is tripped. And I try to trip it back, and it's not going, and then I think maybe I got it. I'm fucking tired, and I have to leave for work. I think maybe I got it. So I go back upstairs, and I go and check the garage, and I didn't get it. I go back downstairs, and I do it again, and I come back up, and I didn't get it. And so I go back downstairs a third time. I go back downstairs for the third time, in a rush and I pivot wrong and my left knee comes completely out of its socket. And I crumple like a doll down the stairs.
I think I remember when you were recovering from this.
And so I gather my shit mentally and I get up and I tears get into the basement and I get it fully tripped, and at this point there's no question it's tripped. And so I think to myself, if this doesn't fucking do it, like, I'm not going to work today, which ruined my chance for future endeavors, but like, fuck it, I'm in pain. So I get back upstairs, the light's on, so I get out the garage and I leave and come to work. And that's the story.
You know what you
Right, so-
needed at that point was a cotton candy burrito.
Right. So to help him with his folly,
It's a weird way of
his
pronouncing
injury
morphine.
is for the entire day. I'm sending him falling down the stairs gifts.
All day. And I was participating. Like, I was sending them right back.
Right. So we had a GIF stare battle at that point, which is what we do. I know he's in pain, and I know he's going to appreciate, what's his name? Peter Griffin, mangled body at the base of the stairs. Or people just falling and slipping downstairs, getting eaten by escalators, things like that. This is what we do for friends.
And this makes me wonder, and maybe you guys will have some insight on this. Maybe maybe we're getting too far into this, I don't know. But like, here's my question to you guys. Like, I'm 30. 30's not that old. Neither of you guys are even that old. Neither of you are even nearly old enough to be considered old. But if I had an opportunity now with health insurance to have them somewhat repair my knees, should I even fucking bother at this point? Like, it's obvious I'm not missing a fucking scholarship to fucking LSU playing football or something. Like, I'm not missing out on anything by not having my knees. Yeah, when I lose weight, I want to be more active and stuff. But even now with my knees the way it is, if I treat them right, I'm still okay jogging a little
You
ways
can
and going
put
up and down stairs if I'm
knee
careful.
braces. They're capable knee braces now that will essentially not fix it, but will stabilize you and allow you to do this.
What
Just prepare, and at the end of the day, ice.
what would it be like, honestly, because right now the only time I have an issue is if I fuck up, if I do something wrong, if I pivot wrong, or I try and get in the car wrong, or I go down the stairs wrong, or something like that. So why would I want to live every day with one of those braces just to not have
Okay.
to experience that pain
Well-
once or twice, maybe a year I fuck up?
Okay? Or you have the surgery, and while it may stabilize, it's not going to fix at this point because of how long you've gone without. Okay? So you've got scar tissue in there, you've got other issues now. Man, it got serious, didn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and that's
the
seriously
things that you
wondering.
weigh. When I tore my knee, I immediately had the surgery. I was a young kid at that point, getting in hotels, crawl spaces, laying wire for Windows 95.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had that early and fixed my knee. Now, when that barometer drops, I know it. Oh, it hurts my knee. But I don't have a destabilization issue where it might give out like that. So for you at this point, do you want to go through that surgery on both knees or just one at a time? Let one heal and go on.
I don't know if I even want to have surgery on them at all, or maybe just the knee brace on the bad one.
You don't even need to wear the knee brace all the time, though.
For me, it's mostly like I'm paranoid because it happens not randomly. Like, obviously it happens when I fuck up and move wrong, but it's during times that, so I'll give you an example. So this was a couple of years ago. We were at the town East Mall and we were going to fucking Noodles and Company with my wife, her sister, me, and the kids. We were going to sit down and have some fucking noodles. And I go to get in the booth. And so I go to sit in the booth, and you know how you have to kind of pivot your knee and slide into the fucking booth, and it goes right out. And it pops right out of socket. And I'm sitting there in a Noodles and Company in public trying not to cry and yell at the same time and not be embarrassed. Like, I have my wife and her sister right there, like, are you okay? Like, blah, 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 and I don't want the attention. So I'm embarrassed. I'm in pain. Like, and obviously I want to avoid having to ever do that again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably the only time that year that thing even happened, and I didn't see it coming. I couldn't I might fuck my knee up that
Well-
day. Do I wear a knee brace today?
Well, look, you got offensive linemen in football. They wear braces, whether they've had an injury or not, to prevent that. Because the fact of
To keep it in place.
the way they have to step and move, that could happen. Their legs can bow the wrong way, so they basically wear those braces to try to prevent those type of injuries. You don't have to put that kind of a brace on, but you can get a sleeve that has the metal rods on the side to keep it from swaying like that for you. You can wear it all the time. Take it off when you get home. Put it on before you go down the stairs or up the stairs, because we don't want a Peter Griffin at the bottom of those
Right.
stairs.
I should. That was the worst one so far with the stairs, and it hurt the longest afterward than they had in a while.
As you get older, that's going to become more prominent.
I got to either figure out something, or come to terms with not figuring out something.
I say you can probably go to a surgeon or get a consult, talk about at this point what kind of knee brace would help me until I can make this decision whether I do the surgery or not.
That's a good point. I should probably do that. I don't have a doctor. I have health insurance now, and it's pretty good health insurance. And I go to the optometrist for my vision and stuff like that. But I don't have a regular doctor
Right.
that I go to, because the maybe once every year or two that I get sick, I just go to the fucking clinic real quick and have them tell me I'm fine, and that's
Right.
it. So I don't have a regular doctor, but I need to get a regular doctor because one,
I don't have
I'm
one,
getting snipped this
and
year.
I should.
I'm getting my penis cut off.
Oh, yeah.
This year. And
Penis
then,
cut
He's
off.
getting the circumcision.
Yeah, I'm
Congratulations,
getting,
man.
That's what Jake Peralta thought was happening to Terry when he was going to get a vasectomy. He thought he was going to get his penis cut off. So that's happening this year, and my insurance, it literally, it's like $600 if I have it done in office, by a doctor that I would have, or if I go to a specialist, it's twice as much. So I need a doctor for that. I also want to go to a doctor and say, hey, can we just take some X-rays? I want to see how fucked
The
up they are.
damage, yeah.
I want to see how fucked up they are. I want to see if I'll have a moment where somebody goes, how are you walking?
Yeah, you hear they're looking at the X-rays in the next room, holy cow!
Right? What the fuck?
How's this motherfucker moving?
Right.
And they would say motherfucker too.
I feel like they would come in the room and be like, are you in constant pain?
Yeah, you're looking at him. No, just when I walk
I'm
or
just
fall
like-
down the fucking
I'm
stairs.
just only when I exist? Why? So that's kind of one of the things I want to experience. Is I want them to take X-rays and then show me and just be like, you see this here? Yeah? You're like, yeah, it's fucking straight up kooky dukes. That shit doesn't...
Kooky dukes. Okay. That's a great word.
This shit is supposed to go here. You're like a shitty operation game.
a shitty one.
Yeah.
Don't touch the sides, motherfucker.
Right?
Damn
And that's good because none of this shit touches anything. It's all fucked.
Right. You'd be like, doctor, so while you're there fixing my knees, if you can do me a favor and just cover up the needle marks between my toes.
Yeah, cover them up.
No, but nobody sees my feet anyway.
Take some skin off my ass and put it over those injection marks.
Hell no, you ain't touching this juicy booty. This is the moneymaker.
Right.
Damn.
So yeah,
Well-
that's my story.
Okay.
It was at first, we gave him. It was like the damn man. I'm sorry to hear that, and it's like you fell down the fucking stairs.
And you sent him some stare gifts.
GIFs.
GIFs.
It is GIFs.
Oh, I know.
GIF.
I know.
I say it wrong every now and then. It slips out, and then I get corrected.
Yeah, and okay, so I don't care, and
don't either.
anybody that cares is a fucking moron. If you're listening to this right now, if this ends up being the most popular podcast in the world, and you're hearing this, and you give the slightest shit how GIFs or GIFs is pronounced, you're an idiot. Calling you out, period, because that's fucking stupid. That is a stupid thing to care about. Go solve fucking world hunger or something, you moron.
Or just send us gifs of it.
We should just start calling them something separate altogether, and just be like, "Oh, you still call it a GIF?
Gifs.
Fucking pleb." Yeah, there you go, a GIF.
The moving picture.
Yeah, moving picture.
Yeah, we get that's a little long. It's a mouthful. We'll shorten it. It's just like a movie.
That's great.
Yeah,
Trademark that.
yeah. Fucking dibs.
What does it stand for?
You all heard it.
Graphic.
Graphic interface something. Interface is definitely one of them.
Interface.
I thought it was named after the guy
No.
that made a GIF.
What does GIF stand for?
Your mom.
No. So, Mr. James, how up are you on the
Graphics interchange format.
interchange?
Graphics interchange format.
How current are you on the current like social justice movement, like the gender pronouns and
Okay. I'm just confused.
okay,
I really am. Man, woman, trans this, trans that.
Zer.
Yeah, I mean, look, I
Them,
love
they.
them all. I don't care. Honestly. If you feel that you born into a man's body but you're a woman and you want to correct that, do it.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Buck her up, Buckaroo.
I believe Caitlyn still has her Bruce. I
Okay.
don't know that she's gone that step yet. I know she got the boobs, but I don't know if the weenus is gone yet.
I thought it had.
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not because I don't.
Care.
That's not my life. I don't care
Yeah.
really about the Jenners or the Kardashians. It's not
Yeah.
my life. I don't care what they do, what they're putting in their bodies, taking out. I don't give a shit. But if anybody out there is struggling with something like that, fuck yeah, I'll support you 100%
Yeah.
on it.
Reach out, get help, find a good support system, because you don't have to do that shit alone.
Right. I mean, I grew up.
BetterHelp.com.
I have gay friends. They're awesome people. I don't really have any trans friends, but hey, what?
Said I have one.
What? And they're great people, and that's the thing. They're people. They have their issues, and you have your issues, but you shouldn't hate them because they feel that they want to be a guy or a dude, and they're not, and they want to go through that process to do it. Or if they identify as, I don't know, isn't there some new thing that they don't want a gender?
Gender fluid, I think.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
what that's called.
Yeah, I think
Whatever it
that's
is, man. Even if I don't understand it, I don't care. Be
Right.
you.
Because me understanding it doesn't make it any less real.
Right.
Like I don't fully understand. I understand a lot of it. I do because I've done like research, but I still a lot of it still
Prostitutes.
confuses me. I don't understand a lot of it, and I don't have to. Like me understanding it or not understanding it doesn't make it any less real for anybody else. It just means I don't get it. It doesn't mean I don't support it.
Right.
It just means I don't get it.
And I hate reading or seeing people being bullied because of it or beaten and stuff like that. That's shitty. Because you don't understand it, so you build hate for it. Either that or you have that, you're the closet homo. I didn't mean to say that word, whatever, but you have
You
that.
can say closet here. It's fine.
Because we're
You're,
all
among,
closet here.
you're among.
We're in
you're
a closet.
You're among friends, and I don't care about offending anybody.
But what I'm saying is, to me, the people that have the most hate about it have those secret desires that they want to put a fucking dick in their mouth.
well,
But they hate the fact that they feel that way, so they take it out on people.
and that happens most of the time. I mean, I would say almost the majority of the time. The people that hate it the most are the people that get caught fucking little boys.
Right.
And that's an extreme example, but I mean, you know,
But
Get-
it's a fact.
get caught, you know, fucking another dude. Get caught, you know, with fucking kitty porn and like all the shit that they hate. They hate it because it's part of themselves,
Right.
and they're ashamed.
Eddie Murphy obviously wants to be a trans because he got caught fucking the sucking one. Well, remember
Eddie
that.
Murphy?
Eddie, you don't know about that?
No.
That was
This
a
is
long-
years ago.
that
It
was
might
a-
have been
that
in the
was a-
90s, but
That was a long time ago.
but yeah, he got caught on like Hollywood Boulevard with sucking a trans dick.
And who gives a shit?
Right. If that's what
In
he
the
wants to do.
90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
His career took a
that's just,
hit, and he did Beverly Hills Cop 3 and see what happened.
yeah, and that's just one of those things that like they're like, oh, this is, Bill Clinton got a blowjob, Eddie Murphy blew a transvestite, blah, blah, blah. Fucking cool, man. Somebody's getting a blowjob. That sounds like a great fucking time to me.
Right.
Ain't nothing gay about getting your dick sucked.
Right. It's only gay if
As
you
long as
cuddle
you're not
afterwards.
sucking the dick.
Right.
Okay, so I think we can all agree that we want to use your words. You be you. If you feel this way, do that. So what I really wanted to talk about was like like what happened at Evergreen University. Do you know about that?
Go ahead and talk about it.
So there was a professor there, Weinstein, Brett Weinstein, professor of biology. So this is in Olympia, Washington, I think. I know Washington somewhere. So they had a day of absence, which is a tradition they did at the school every year. And what it was is that black students would absent themselves. And it was originally a play. So the play took place in 1800s or so. And the point of the play was that the black community was so much a part of the little town that the play takes place in, is if none of them showed up for work, then the town basically grinds to a halt.
Okay.
And that
so
was
they
in the story of the play.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they did this at the school. Like black students would absent them, and faculty I think also would absent themselves, and just to keep the tradition going. And no one ever had a problem with
Nobody
this.
gave a shit.
So then they changed it to all people of color, which also no one gave a shit.
It was
It's
like
fine,
everybody's like fine.
do your thing. Then they changed it to where they didn't want white people to show up. So it was a no whites day.
Just this one day, this one time, just to see what it's like. Let's try it out for white people. Just this one time.
And so Brett Weinstein had a problem with this, and for reasons that I agree with, like your right to be should never be based on race. So like he's saying, I have no problem with people absenting themselves, but if a white person was to show up it was made clear that if a white person was to show up on campus this day, you were not an ally of people of color. And that was the underlying...
Okay, that's just asinine.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here comes the kicker. All right, so he's sending emails to faculty and everything and saying, like, this is fucked up.
This is ridiculous. Why are we doing this?
And so then next thing he knew, he had an angry mob of students outside his room saying he's a racist for being not racist.
For literally saying this probably isn't a good idea. They were like, you fucking racist, bigoted asshole.
Right, because you showed up.
Well, the day of absence didn't happen yet.
It didn't even happen. They had just started talking about it.
Right.
And he was
But
like, this is not a good idea.
Right,
And they
it's
were like,
not.
you're racist. And he's like, I literally just don't think that this should be like a white people thing, because it's traditionally from this play a thing about, black people being an integral part of society. It doesn't apply to white people. Like, the tradition isn't white people. Like, it's not like once a year a bunch of white people sit at the back of the bus for Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that happens, because people would go, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
The Rosa Parks thing, that's civil rights. That's black people. That's their heritage. That's their shit that they had to go through. It doesn't apply to white people. And that's what he was saying. This doesn't apply to white people. The whole tradition is about the black community. White people shouldn't be doing this. And so people lost their fucking mind.
So we're calling it appropriation.
They were calling it all kinds of shit.
Mainly that he was racist.
Yeah, mainly that he was racist.
No way.
In his emails, he says, like, there's nothing wrong with absenting yourself voluntarily. Fine. Don't show up. Fine. To make a protest. Fine. He did say that the point was kind of lost because if black students and faculty I should say students of color because they changed it to that. So if faculty and students of color don't show up to the college one day, it doesn't grind to a halt. So he kind of felt like the message was kind of lost on this, but he had no problem with the tradition. It was when they started saying we don't want white people to show up, that's when he had a problem. And that's where I think I would have a problem too. Not because like I'm white, I should be able to show up. It's
because
like,
it has nothing to do with it.
well, yeah. And to say you can't come in is because of the color of your skin
Right.
is racist.
Okay.
And so that's all he was trying to say in his
Right.
emails and the meetings they had, and the students lost their fucking minds.
Because it wasn't a matter of like it even being a voluntary thing.
Right. You're saying if you're white, don't show
show
up.
Right. And so
That
he
in
was
itself
saying
is the racism right
that's
there. Not what
literally-
him saying. Not him pointing it out to him. I mean, that he's pointing out saying
he's saying
you realize
this is
how fucking
racist,
dumb
and they're
that
like, "You're
is.
racist." And he's
Right.
like, "No, but this is racist." Yeah, you're racist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
pretty much.
telling me that's okay. What the blacks fought for in the 50s and 60s and are continuing to fight for is equality. They just want to be recognized as a race that is not a slave race, that is subpar. Same thing that women are fighting for. Whether you're black, white, tan, yellow. I mean, we'll go racism. We'll go yellow people. You know, but
It should be actual equality,
right.
not equality where one is better than the other. And so he was just pointing out, like, that's all Weinstein's point was. Like, hey, if you tell white people to not come tomorrow, that's sort of racist. Like, if you literally say, hey, you're a different color, don't do this thing,
So the
definition racism.
The original day of absence is a black protest.
Was black people
we,
voluntarily not showing up that
We
day.
are a part of the community. We are a thriving part of the community. We are an essential part of the community, and we want to be recognized as that.
Precisely.
Right. So they're doing that, and
so
then
white people don't show up tomorrow.
right. So now you white people, you can't show up either. If you show up on this campus, you are an enemy of the state, essentially.
Enemy of
Enemy
people
of
color.
enemy of people of color.
Okay, when I say enemy, that's what I'm saying. That's their thing.
Okay.
That's their protest. Why can't we all protest together about this? And yeah, I feel like my buddy Tyrone is an important part of what we do. So he's gonna voluntarily leave the day, and you know what? I want to do that too, in solidarity.
Right. And
But if I show up because I need to fucking have a paycheck, does that make me a fucking racist now?
right. And I truly feel like that the majority of the people, the large majority of the people feel as we do. I think because of the internet, really, if we're being completely honest, it gives smaller groups a bigger voice. And so they're able to get louder and call attention to themselves. I don't think most people think like that. Okay, I have friends that are people of color. I have black friends. I have Sri Lankan friends. I have Asian friends that are from all sorts of different places. I have gay friends and lesbian friends, and I know all of them because they're my actual friends. And I know that if
It's a good thing.
my Vietnamese friend was saying, "Hey, we do this protest every year where none of the Vietnamese people show up tomorrow," and I would go, "Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll join you," and they would go, "Okay, that would be pretty cool." Or if I said, "I still got to go to work," they would go, "Okay, yeah, that's cool."
Right. Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Because they know that you support them, but you also have to support your family,
Right.
and this may not be the time that you can miss work.
Exactly. And it's not like my friend Antoine is going to say, "Oh, well, you're an enemy of black people because you didn't go to this protest with me." And he's also not going to say, "You're an enemy of black people because you did go to this protest with me and you're not black." He's not a moron. And unfortunately, morons have a bigger voice now than they have any time in history. And they're forcing
Oh
us to
my
listen.
God, yes.
I saw
And I've been saying it for years. The world isn't getting worse. The media coverage
Okay.
is getting better.
So this brings me to something that's a little recent. You know, the school shootings and like that, and then they had the walkouts of the school with the kids.
I remember that.
I didn't know about
And
Really?
okay, so
That was kind of
the
a big-
protests.
Was it recent?
Yeah.
Very recent.
Okay.
Yeah, this last school year. You know, it was after
Okay.
the park. What was it?
The Parkland.
Parkland down in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And so I told my kids that they are not to walk out because the protest is for the wrong reasons. I'm not going to fault those kids for out there, but they're misinformation. And it's about gun rights and gun control. Okay. I have guns.
We have guns.
Right. I like to shoot those guns, but I don't aim them at somebody unless I intend to use it against that person because they came into my home unlawfully. Okay? I don't want them there. They broke in, whatever. I'm going to protect. For me, the protest should be more about gun control doesn't work because people are going to get guns. Chicago is a good example. The guns coming into Illinois are coming from Indiana and surrounding communities that have more lax gun control. They have tough gun control in Illinois. But the guns still keep coming in because they can go somewhere else and bring it over. What we need is a better healthcare system that takes care of these mentally ill people. This kid that shut up that school was kicked out of the system. Everything was missed, and he ended up shooting schools because he couldn't get over whatever it was. His depression, schizophrenia, whatever it may have been. I mean, I'll have to revisit the articles. But that's the problem. The guns come into the hands of people who aren't getting help. We're not helping these people.
And a lot of people then started blaming other kids.
Right.
They would say, well, that kid was bullied. That kid was an outcast. So maybe all of you other kids should start being friends with the weird kids so that maybe they won't shoot up the school.
Right.
That's fucking stupid. I'll be friends with whoever the fuck I want, and I should still be able to safely expect that the weird kid won't shoot me in the face.
Right.
So maybe if the weird kid has depressive issues and stuff like that, he should be able to get some help. That isn't me pretending to be his friend so I don't die.
Then they're talking, well, let's arm the teachers. Okay. We saw how quickly
God,
that
that-
happened when the
that
teacher shot
fucking-
himself in the leg, shot another student because it discharged, because he didn't know how to handle it properly.
That fucking school where they literally gave teachers rocks
Yeah.
to throw at shooters.
Yes.
I'm not fucking with you right now.
My kids
They
had to go through a
gave them.
shooter drill,
They
active shooter
issued
drill.
them. That's the best way to put it. They issued them stones for with which to throw at a potential shooter.
Right. But only if his name is Goliath and he's 8 foot fucking tall.
Because they thought, and I know one of those fucking geniuses thought, I got a way around this, guys. So nobody would like it if we gave them guns. Everybody's bitching about that. But we don't want to leave them disarmed. Let's give them rocks.
Right. And now we got to fucking ban the rocks.
And one other moron was like, seconded. And they got fucking rocks. Real life. The fuck is that? Sorry, I had to rant about that for a second. Because when I read that article, I just kind of held it all deep down inside. Whew. Anyway.
So, and I've seen Facebook posts and on Twitter, veterans. They've been in combat. Some of them have PTSD. I'm not sure I want them in the schools armed with kids when something does happen. However, there's a lot of veterans that came out okay, that don't have jobs, can't get jobs because how fucked up we treat our soldiers and our veterans. We can put them in there as security. They're trained for this type of shit. Versus arming your teachers.
Or even
There are
those-
a lot of off-duty police officers that volunteer for security on their days, and they go to schools.
We had volunteer police officers for security at my school, and there had never been a shooting.
Now, and you get your arguments about the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. When that was written, it was about well-regulated militia because we didn't have a military when this was written. Now, do I want my guns taken away? No.
See, now
Absolutely not. However, I'm not out there shooting willy-nilly, okay? I'm responsible.
As a devil's advocate, I do have a little bit of a counterpoint to that specific argument. Because a lot of people do argue that, and I get the point. I get that when the Second Amendment was written, it was written about a well-regulated militia and being able to
overthrow tyranny.
Right, and overthrow tyranny. I get that that was written for that time, but
they also had muskets they didn't have.
Well, right, but I'm also getting at that Amendment number 1, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. That wasn't written to include your fucking tweets. That wasn't written to include the fucking internet age. That was written at a different time too, but that still stands true.
Right. I agree. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying let's take away guns. Like I said, my argument is the health care, the mental health care. We take care of this, and maybe the shootings resolve themselves because they're getting the help. They're able to talk to somebody, medication, whatever it is, smoking a little ganja, whatever you need to help.
And maybe having good healthcare and mental health care in place is just the right thing to do regardless. Whether schools are getting shot up, whether we need to solve a problem, or whether or not it's the answer to something, it's just a good idea to do anyway.
Right.
It's the right thing to do.
Right.
All right. So, racism.
Bad.
Yeah.
It is bad, yes.
So he was, all right. So you, or one of you talked about somebody getting their information wrong, on your walkout protest,
right?
That you were talking about. Okay, so that's a good example. So these kids that crowded outside Weinstein's door, there's a lot of white kids in this crowd also. But they didn't for 1 second try to understand what he was trying to say there.
It was hive mind.
Yeah, mob mentality.
Mob mentality. That's exactly what it is. You're mad, so I'm mad, so she's mad, so he's mad, and everybody's fucking mad. And no, you can't make a group stop and think. And so even if I'm in a crowd of 100 angry fucking people, and I'm angry, and it does occur to me for 1 fucking second, like, oh, I see what he was getting at now. He's totally right. Am I going to convince these other 99 people? No, they're probably going to stab me if I say something.
Right.
So I'm going to keep the fuck quiet and maybe make my way back out of the crowd, but I'm not going to convince them. I'm not going to suddenly become the voice of reason.
So that's interesting. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. So there is, it's all over YouTube, the scene that I'm going to describe to you. So he's outside and like he's in his fucking short, like he biked into work that day. Like he's wearing shorts and like sandals and shit.
He's a young university professor, so he's super fucking hipster. Cool dude.
And he's got his hand up and he's trying very hard to talk to this mob.
Shut the fuck up for 1 second and let me try.
And like he doesn't swear or anything. And there's like several students like that are on his that were in his class just now that are getting pissed off, and he's calming them down. It's like, okay, stop, I got this or whatever. But he's trying really hard to reason with them. So you've seen this, okay? And so so in interviews after with like Dave Rubin and Joe Rogan and stuff, like he talks about how when he's trying to get through to them, like he thought that he was actually getting through to some of them there in the front, and then like he said that some of them had like pieces of paper that had shit on them, and like they'd look at these pieces of paper and go right back into, you're a fucking racist. Or they'd like turn and like
what was I mad about?
Say some shit in the mob, and then they'd be right back. But yeah, had they even like most of them probably didn't even read the email. They were just told that he sent a racist email,
right?
And then they were convinced, like,
and of course, and of course that's how it works. I mean, with friends. Period. If Ryan told me right now, if he was like, "Man, I just got this email from James. It's super fucking racist. This guy just sent me the most
Which would
racist fucking email."
Probably be believable if I did it.
Like, you wouldn't even need to read it.
Right, and I wouldn't ask to.
Yeah.
You're my friend. I wouldn't say, I don't believe you. Show me the email. That most likely wouldn't happen.
Yeah, because I do
I
tend
came
to.
here from Reddit and they said you were racist. I don't know. No. I don't know. Is it racist to think that whites are better than everyone else? Yes. Do I think that? No. Is being white awesome? Yes.
All this white privilege.
Right.
I've been
No,
doing.
I mean, if this was an option, I'd re-up every
Well,
year.
you know what? I'm half white, so like I said, I get 50%
Right.
Oh,
discount
nice.
on my white.
I'm a
privilege.
quarter Mexican.
There you go.
But this,
Fucking-
like I said,
But I'm all Caucasian.
like I said, yeah, this
Yeah.
being white thing is awesome. I'd re-up every year if I could.
That's why
but-
when I get pulled over, I'm like, I'm half white, sir. All right, I'm going to give you a warning this
Half a
time.
ticket, bitch.
give you a warning and one swat to the head.
But no,
Okay.
as awesome as being white is, it's also awesome to just be alive regardless of what fucking color you are.
Right.
Life
Right.
is fucking awesome right now.
I have friends of many different backgrounds, and we joke with each other. We will say the most racist shit, and we're okay with it because we know it. We're joking, and not a one of us is a racist, a hating bitch.
Our department specifically, this is a great example of people who can be friends and realize that not every fucking thing is about race. We have Laotian people, Vietnamese people, white people, Sri Lankan people, Mexican people,
Half a Panamanian.
fucking black people. We have all kinds of people in our department. And we have one person that calls this one girl fried rice. And her response is fried chicken. And they just say, bye fried rice, bye fried chicken.
Damn.
And they're good friends.
Right.
Because you can, like, we live in the greatest time that has ever been. America's not the greatest country that's ever been right now, but the time to be alive is now. We're in the information age. The breadth of human knowledge is at my fingertips right here. The greatest advances in science ever are happening right now. And people are bitching about shit we were bitching about in the 60s.
So Van
Get the fuck
Hammy
over it.
had said something here that I want to touch on. So, whites are being picked on right now, and they're absolutely right. So, like Jordan Peterson talks about this. You guys know who Jordan Peterson is,
And I think I know exactly the points you're gonna make. I'm ready to listen.
So it's kind of a thing right now during this movement of anti-racism and such that's like growing out of control. If you're a straight white male, you basically have no voice. Like you can't have.
Well, you're automatically deemed a racist.
Right. For all your white privilege that you have, no matter
Right.
what you do or say, you're a racist asshole.
Your race and gender and sexuality has ruled everything up until now. So
Which is
fuck you.
the most racist, sexist thing
Right.
that can happen.
It's exactly
The
what they were,
definition of it.
right, what they were fighting against in the 1560s, civil rights. It's like we want to be just considered equal. We want to have the same rights that you have, that you're putting your foot on our neck about. We can't drink out of your fountain. We can't go to your bathrooms.
Yeah.
And damn, we can't touch your women,
Right.
And now it's come full circle where it's now the minorities have become the majority, and now the white man is the one that's got to fight for his rights to be white. And
Because-
it's bullshit because I mean, honestly,
If
I
I put
can't
a,
stand it. I mean, there were two white guys, a quarter Mexican.
no, I'm very, very white. I am
I
a
know,
quarter.
I know,
I'm a quarter
but-
Mexican.
I know,
I'm a
I
quarter
know, but-
Mexican, but we know what color I am.
I have black friends, and we use the N-word to each other, but it's our circle. I don't go out there in the street and be like, hey, what up, Matt? I don't do that. Because I have a fucking brain in my head.
Because you know that not everybody is.
They're not my
Whatever.
friends. They're not in my circle where I can joke about that. Like with you guys, we joke about homosexuality to each other. Like I like a hairy bear. Fuck it.
Right. Hey,
I try to teach my kids
Gay
about
jokes
that
aren't
too.
cool, butt fuck it.
Nice. I'm just saying, my kids, I'm trying to teach them. It's not color. Don't see color. See what's on the inside. If they're ugly on the inside,
The color on the
it
inside is
doesn't
red.
matter what color you are. You're ugly.
Right. And it's
And it's almost like with the same music, because they started listening to mumble rap, and I got pissed. I'm like, that's not fucking music. That's shitty, shitty music. But
that's a bit of a tangent though, because
hold on, I know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying is so I try to introduce them to some country, some old rock, 70s, 80s, a mixture. So it's just like it's a rainbow of
Melting
culture,
pot.
melting pot of culture, right? And I try to get them to look at it the same way with people. I don't give a shit what color you are. If you're ugly on the inside, I don't want anything to do with you.
Hug that dude over the
Van
mumble rap
Hamies
stuff.
agrees with your.
Right on, man.
And I agree with you too. I'm glad I let you finish, because the only point I was going to make was that music to me, it's like movies. You should be able to watch whatever the fuck you want. You should be able to
Right.
listen to whatever the fuck you want. But I agree that you should try and get your kids to listen to more than just one type of music. Because, I mean, shit, it wasn't until my freshman year of high school that I listened to any kind of music that wasn't country. I didn't know there was other kinds of music, and I don't even mean that jokingly.
You poor guy.
I had only ever listened to country music. And so for my 14th birthday, my mom and stepdad bought me a little radio CD player, like a fucking, what do they call it? Walkman. I got a Walkman.
The Walkman.
I got a Walkman and a bunch of CDs, and they didn't know what the fuck kids were listening to these days. So, yes, no, you're not kidding. I'm serious right now. They didn't know what to buy because they didn't know what kids were listening to. And I'd only ever listened to country, so I got a stack of CDs, and I had fucking Britney Spears, S Club 7,
We had
NSYNC,
this discussion,
Backstreet
yes.
Boys, fucking all of the most popular bands right then. They gave me because they didn't know. And that was the first taste I had of music that was different. Nickelback. Nickelback is a fucking gateway band. There's almost no kid that grew up loving, my age, that loves heavy metal now that didn't like Nickelback when they were in high school. Nickelback's a gateway band. That's where you learn how to rock out.
Can someone give me an example of mumble rap?
No?
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I mean, what does
He's
it
a
sound
rapper.
like?
Well,
Mumbling.
It's literally.
It's Post Malone.
Spice Girls is where it's at. Fuck yeah, Spice Girls.
Tell me what you
I
want.
believe- I
what you
believe-
really want.
I believe this. He is a white guy, but he's kind of a rap slash singer. But I would put him in the mumble rap because half the shit you don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Is going psycho. I mean, it's like that. They're mumbling
Literally
literally,
mumbling.
and then they hit a word.
Okay, so like Informer in the 90s.
Inform. That would be the dawn of mumble rap. I would say you're right.
But
Right,
those,
that Canadian rapper. Yeah. Yeah. What was
You know my name is Snow and I go blam.
Yeah.
Me lick your boom boom down.
Because I think he was trying to mix reggae with rap and pop, and
Yeah.
it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of a sound.
Yeah.
But those CDs, those open my eyes, and you know, Ryan, especially because we're really good friends, how eclectic my taste in music is. Like on my phone right now, I have string quartets, and I have fucking screamo death metal. I have nerdcore metal, which is really fucking cool. If you want to hear somebody, rap in death metal about Mario, that's some nerdcore shit. So I've got all that, but I've also got lots of country. I've got pop songs. I got fucking T Swift on there, and then I've got like old school
I just started
fucking
listening to T Swift,
old-
and I love this girl.
old school
It's
fucking
not bad.
DMX, Ed Sheeran, like fucking Ludacris, like you name it. It's on my fucking phone. I listen to it. And that's the point I was going to jump in and make was, man, don't like tell your kids not to listen to fucking one kind of music. People should be able to listen to what kind of music they want. I agree that what you're trying to do, show them the world. Like there's more than just shitty mumble rap, homie. If you want to listen to mumble rap, cool. There's still other good stuff. So I agree with that full-heartedly.
I think Roberto was trying to have me listen to some mumble rap the other day.
All music is awesome, except mumble rap. And And that's your opinion to have. I am not a huge fan of mumble rap. I fucking love ABBA.
Oh God. ABBA.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm not a big fan of mumble rap, but I'm sure, I'm positive, there's at least one mumble rap song out there that I probably would like.
I think Post Malone is tolerable with that. I think you can do that.
So I would probably like one of those songs. It's just, I don't know, I have an eclectic taste in music, and I think everyone should like more than one
I
genre of
agree,
music.
and I would hope for that because even Snoop Dogg changes his skin every now and then.
Yeah.
Hell, he's got a cooking show with Martha Stewart.
I know, how cool is that? Van Hamies, quick question out of curiosity. You said you came here from Reddit and they said we were racist. Who said we were racist? Because I want to high five them.
I think that was just.
I think that might have been a joke.
he
Oh,
came in
okay.
and was
I think that might have been
listening to
sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
comment.
Then maybe I didn't.
I don't think it was he actually. but I mean, yeah, please.
Maybe it whooshed
Because I
me.
think there was a ha-ha at the end of
there
his
was
statement.
there was a he
Hee-hee.
specifically.
Sorry.
It might have whooshed
Yeah,
me, a
yeah,
contextual joke. Oh, I don't get those.
No, he's my Drax. You cannot take that.
That's true.
I am very literal.
Yeah.
It's so I found out why that is. I'm autistic.
We've had this discussion.
Makes sense. Okay.
Well, we know you're artistic. You love drawing.
Artistic.
My ex-wife had a son with her husband. His name's Corey. Coco. We call him Coco. His name is Corey Cool. So Coco. But to me, he's also my stepson. I love that kid. He's a high-level autistic. He has his triggers and sometimes...
High functioning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in normal school. Normal classes, not anything special. But he has his triggers and he doesn't... He's a little person. Literal. Like you. So, and when
But you
he
said
doesn't...
little at first.
He is little.
Well,
But he's also literal. He's a little...
Oh, literal.
yeah. See, you thought he
Okay.
said little also.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm thinking midget.
You're
I've had
you're practicing
alcohol.
your mumble rap. So I
Look,
literally
I mumble. I know I do that. I start to talk fast.
yeah.
And I'm thinking, and I'm talking, and I'm going faster than I should. I know that.
And it
so
isn't
I
even
apologize.
us making fun of you. I literally thought you were just like, and he's a little person.
I may have
and I
stumbled
was
on
like,
my words.
and I was like, oh, okay, so he a midget. Got it. Continue.
Right. But he's a cool kid.
Mm-hmm.
But when he doesn't understand something because he's taking what we're saying literally, he can get frustrated and have a little violent outburst. He responds to about 3 or 4 people, me, his mom and his dad, and one of the other members of the family. But I don't know. I forgot where I was going. Sorry.
He's little
You have experience with that that
Right.
personality type.
because
Right.
Ryan is literal, and so is Coco.
Right. And so when he doesn't get something, I move around it, and then he's okay. Or I'll
Because you
sit
know
down
how to
and
handle
I'll
that
explain it.
situation.
I'm like, that's a joke. Let me explain why it's a joke. And then he'll laugh when he gets it.
Maybe
Or
all
is
these mumble rappers are geniuses, and their mouth can't get the words out.
That's me. I'm a mumble podcaster. Starting something new.
It's not even mumble rap, to be honest. I think at this moment, rap is on its deathbed. These people are putting little garbage shit lyrics, and people are sucking it down wholesale. Okay, so I'm going to,
Wholesale.
I'm gonna,
Wholesale.
I'm gonna 100% disagree.
We have a
wholesale.
wholesale.
Wholesale. I'm going to 100% disagree. I don't think. Yeah, I guess this is going to be a bit of a blanket statement, but I'll stand by it for the most part. I don't think that any genre of music is going to die. I think with 7.6 something billion people in the world, no matter how hard we try and get rid of it, no matter how much we say rap now versus rap in the 90s is worse, like we think it's worse, and we think it's dying because we grew up with a different kind of rap. The people that are eating it up wholesale and stuff like that are the reason why rap's not going to die. It's going to evolve into something else. It's going to mumble for a little while, and then eventually maybe it'll just be the sound of dudes gargling dick. I don't know. But rap will still exist in some form, and eventually it'll make its way back
It might
around.
get good again.
It'll make its way back around like every other genre of music. And I'll give, because I still listen to country music sometimes, I'll give that as an example. Country music for a long time was, I mean, it was Conway Twitty. It was twanging on a steel 6-string guitar,
God.
and that was fucking country music. And then it turned into stadium country. It turned into
Yeah.
fucking pop music
Yeah.
that was country music. But then,
Shania Twain
right.
type. Yeah.
But then you start getting artists that want to bring it back to what it was before, and you get guys like Jamie Johnson and Eric Church that aren't just singing about Bud Light and my truck and fucking women and shit like that. They're singing real country music again, and it's not all super poppy, and it's not high tempo, and it's real fucking country music again. And they're getting really, really popular, and people are... It's circular. It's coming back. And rap will do the same thing.
Yeah.
It'll evolve into some shit we don't recognize, and it'll be the sound of dudes gargling dick. And we'll be like, what the fuck are these kids listening to these days? And then eventually, when we hit 60s, we'll be like, oh, so yeah, they brought rap back, I guess.
Indeed.
But rap's not going to die. It's just changing. That's it.
It's just like with any genre of music, you're going to have different types in there. You've got your rock, your alternative rock, your hard rock, your
Nerdcore.
screamo rock,
Screamo, nerdcore.
and
Who the fuck made nerdcore?
And rap is different. I mean, you've got your... I don't even know if gangster rap is a thing anymore.
It is. Like, you don't have, like, necessarily, like, the groups that, like, battle each other and talk shit
Right.
via albums as much anymore.
Right, but
But
you've got
it
your
still exists.
You got your kind of R&B rap. You've got your crossover rap
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Either they do it with pop music.
You have Nelly still trying to be relevant and singing with Tobey Maguire.
Right.
Yeah.
Who? Tobey Maguire.
Wait, what's
Did you
fucking
say-
what's his name?
he's singing
No,
Peter
not
Parker
Spider-Man.
now?
Not Spider-Man. My fault. No, fucking what's his name?
The guy that is married to the hot chick.
Yeah,
He's Tug McGraw. Tug McGraw's son, Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
Tug McGraw.
Tug
Tug McGraw.
Tug
was a
McGraw's
baseball
his
player
dirty
for the
older
Cardinals.
brother.
I'm super horny.
His
Well, what are you
dad
gonna do
was a
about
baseball
it?
player
Tug
for the
McGraw.
Cardinals, I believe. It was a pitcher, I think. Never catcher, just pitched. So he
Okay.
was never gay.
All right. Yeah,
You guys
not officially.
look away. I'm gonna Tug McGraw.
But I mean, music is music. It goes through evolutions, and it always comes back full circle. Because I don't like mumble rap, and I told my kids I didn't like it. I don't turn it off if they're listening to it. I just say, hey, check out this new song. I try to redirect it to something else. I want them to open up to differences
Right.
and be okay with it, and understand whether they like that music that I'm listening to or not. That's fine.
Right.
But I want you to know it's out there.
Sup mumble rap. You know what? I have full respect for a man that sticks with his convictions. And since this is the internet, I have to assume that you're a white man in his 20s until proven otherwise, or until stated otherwise. That's it. If you're on the internet and
We
you
are
make a comment
racist,
on the internet,
indeed.
you are a
Yeah.
white man in your 20s unless stated
Until
otherwise.
Proven other. Yep. Male until proven female.
And that's it.
What's up, Caitlin?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Buckle
Yeah.
up, buckaroo!
Yeah, baby.
Oh god, Caitlyn Jenner killed a man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
Sure
that
did.
accident, yeah.
just wanted to remind everybody about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
With
well,
her car?
was it
Yeah.
Caitlin or Bruce?
Yeah,
that
I
did
don't
it?
know which one it was.
Because
one was it, Mr.
if
Kelly?
it's Bruce, then Caitlin's not at fault.
Right. 'cause
Cannot
different
try
person.
Caitlyn
No,
for it.
100% don't remember. 46. What did I say about what was 46?
The answer. No, that's 42.
That's 42. And I have a theory about why that's
Oh,
the
God.
answer.
That's the number of hacky sack strikes.
No.
To,
Oh, you're 46. Okay.
All right, I'm 43. Look at
he's
that.
43.
The 40 club.
and white male also.
No, I'm a brown male.
No,
I bet he's a white male, or he would have specified.
Well, sure.
He would have been like, I'm 46.
I just want to be
purple,
clear.
gender fluid, pansexual, tigerkin.
Pansexual. What is that, by the way?
Pansexual
I've heard that-
is pan meaning like all, like Pangea, all continents.
Okay,
Pan meaning
okay.
all. So it's literally like I'm attracted to trans people, bi people, lesbians, whatever.
Okay.
That's what that. Scottish American, 2 fucks given. Aye.
Aye. I can't do a real Scottish.
I got a
accent,
claymore
I'm sorry.
here for you, Jimmy.
I can't do it. I do. When I read to my kids, it always slips. There's some Cockney, there's some Australian, maybe some
I didn't
Irish.
see
But...
Randon. How do you know I'm a white man in my 20s?
Well, are you?
Oh, shit. Oh, my theory is super quick about the answer to the meaning, the question of life, the universe, and everything. It's 42. And I think maybe I know why. Everyone is going to be insert race American. I'm jumping on the bandwagon.
Welcome.
You should be bandwagon American.
Yeah.
Dibs. So, have you seen the movie or read the book about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Neither.
Then never mind.
Thank God.
No, it would have been really simple, but you would have had to understand like a slight amount of
Yeah.
references.
Okay.
So I'll tell you.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna go take the rest of the whiskey then.
Okay.
Whoa.
See, I told you he doesn't get that drunk.
I sober up real fast.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of the whiskey like you did the rest of my whiskey. Okay, so Deep Thought, the computer who was asked the question to get the answer, which was 42. Deep Thought was this giant, big fucking supercomputer that they built, right? And they built it just to give them the answer. And they said, "What is the answer?" And he said, "The answer to what? Life, the universe, and everything." And so he thinks for a million years, and he comes up with 42. So, in ASC 2, or ASCII, or however you want to pronounce it, that's the original computer language after binary. Like, once computers started being computers,
Right.
that was the original computing language. And in that original computing language, the hexadecimal that spells out 42 was literally a wild card. It was literally in programming meant to be a placeholder. So 42, the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything, was literally whatever you want it to be.
Because it was a placeholder.
Because it was a wild card. It was whatever you wanted it to be.
Damn.
Do you have any idea how many times I read this fucking books?
Wow.
I have the unabridged version of all 5 books in the trilogy. And I reread them once or twice a year. I'm a huge nerd. Dirk Gently's show is right up there with Hitchhikers, by the way. They are white mice, by the way. Yes, they are white mice. I love that you know about this. And I've heard about Dirk Gently's show, and I really want...
watched the first 2 episodes. You must get into this.
Yes?
Yes.
I've been waiting for some kind of review from somebody I care about.
I came upon it on X. I was bored one night. I'm like, I need something new to watch. I can't sleep. I need something new. And Elijah Wood's a freak to me. I love this kid.
Oh, I love Elijah Wood.
And so I'm like, I loved Alfred. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm going to give this a try.
Alfred was so fucking weird.
It was,
I love that show.
So I started watching it, and I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. And then I watched another, and I was like, oh, this is good. I'm like, I got to be up in 2 hours. I'm going to take a nap. And I came into work. But I made it through, and then I went back. I was like, I've got to watch more. And then first season done. Starting the second season. You've got to get in this. It's really good.
Awesome. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Now that I have an honest-to-God like review from somebody that I know and whose opinion I care about, and a stranger who knows about White Mice and Douglas Adams, I have to watch it. Mr. Ryan, you didn't miss anything you would have known or cared about.
Right.
Very good then.
Okay. So,
Just drink
now that
whiskey.
Ryan is back and we're not leaving our guest alone, I'm going to go do that thing that I do all the time.
He's got to go pee.
I drink a lot.
He pees like a pregnant woman. A lot.
Mm.
He's
That's
got
a
a
good
fetus.
comparison.
He's got a fetus pushing on his bladder right now. So yeah, he was getting into the 42
Okay.
and how it's the meaning of life
According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
and
right?
computer languages.
Okay.
So essentially, in binary, 42 is a wild card. So therefore, it could be anything you want. So there's your meaning of life. Not what Monty Python said.
I understood and care about that. Mr. Kelly, I know you can hear me.
And so then we get into Dirk Gently.
Okay.
If you haven't seen this show, it's on Hulu.
Dirk.
Dirk Gently Holistic Services or Detective Agency.
Okay.
It's a good show. You must watch.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. It is definitely more that than the movie, yes. So yeah, it's been a good night. We got some activity coming up here other than me, because I'm here. I could, if you want, log in and start
start typing shit.
Can you tell that big brown handsome motherfucker that his Barry White voice is soothing me?
Generally, it's more like BBC Hitchhiker's Guide to the Crappy 2000s movie, right? The crappy 2000s movie. I'm still glad that they made, because one, I would disappoint Zooey Deschanel twice in one night. And two, because I think it was truly a movie for the fans. It was a movie for people who hadn't read the books in a long time and wanted to be just a little nostalgic about it. And so they made a lot of references that you wouldn't get unless you read the books, and you wouldn't fully appreciate unless you read the books. Like them casting, what's his name, as Marvin. Snape. Fucking Alan Rickman.
Yes.
Casting Alan Rickman as Martin was like perfect fucking casting choice, like as all casting choices with Alan Rickman.
Harry Potter.
So I think it has its place. You know, I would rewatch it. But the BBC Hitchhiker's Guide, that was the shit. I've even I have audio versions, like MP3s.
This is audio
of the original BBC radio show.
Tape.
right.
The original BBC radio show of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like, maybe not BBC, but British. The British radio show for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Alan Rickman feels bad, man. Yes. He's also dead, so he probably doesn't feel much. like Lin-Lin's mom. Oh my god. That was... I murdered him. So we're like Yo Mama jokes.
Was this
Back and
today
forth.
or
No,
yesterday?
this was weeks ago.
Okay.
But there was a little group of us over at Lin-Lin's desk, and he said something about me being fat, because I'm fat and we make fun of each other for shit because we're all friends. And I said, I'm only fat because every time I get done fucking your mom, she makes me a sandwich.
Yes.
And he goes, well, my mom's dead. So, and I go, that explains why she didn't move around much.
Yeah. Oh shit, I was there. I remember this.
And just everybody was like, oh.
No,
And
I
Linux was
think
like-
I was laughing that I almost peed.
So everybody thought that you had gotten at that point, but then you like flipped it.
Right.
Oh, he always flips it.
Oh,
When you think you got Kelly, he comes back.
That's what I do.
What
What were you yelling at me in the bathroom?
He briefly told me about 42 and what it means, and like I care and wanted to know that. So
Did you tell him the answer then?
forget you.
Essentially, I went with the
Okay.
the cliff
But-
notes.
Myself and James and Van Hamies will know what this is.
Okay.
The In Living Color.
I loved
Yes.
In Living Color.
You watched
In
it?
Living Color.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched
That
it.
was like the motherlode of Yo Mama jokes.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that was like In Living Color gave birth to Mad TV,
Yeah.
which gave birth to my love for SNL. I never watched SNL until like I got really into Mad TV.
SNL was bad a lot of times.
It went- yeah.
Right.
It wasn't.
It's still hit
good.
and miss. It's still hit and miss.
Yeah.
But
OG
Living-
J-Lo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jamie
the Flacco,
Foxx.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Jamie Foxx is
Jamie
a young
Foxx,
man.
And the Wayne's kids, all
yep,
of them.
yep.
all of
Jim
them,
Carrey.
man.
Jim Carrey is a young man
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
He gave birth to some of the greatest characters. Fire Marshal Bill.
Let me show you something.
Oh, yeah. I make those references at times, and those young kids at work, no clue.
No fucking idea. Yeah. Hey, Bird, are those wooden shingles you got up there?
Let me show you something.
He takes the fucking defibrillator. Like, what if someone mistakes this for a phone? Hello? Yep. The best.
It was great. That show was so great because They didn't give a shit about what you thought about it.
Hell
They
no.
went for it.
Yeah.
They insulted every group out there like we've done tonight, and moved on.
Oh, I'm sure
Fuck
we've missed
you.
some. If
We
we haven't
will keep-
insulted you yet, speak up. We'll
Yeah,
get
right.
you.
Let us
so
know.
we can
We'll
get
get to
this
you.
covered,
Yeah.
please. But they had some David Allen Greer.
Oh God, yes.
Oh my God, I haven't thought about David Allen Greer in years.
haven't.
Him and
either.
Damon Wayans, the two gay guys doing sports or whatever.
Yes.
Oh my God! And then Homie the clown.
Oh, homie, don't play that
Oh my God!
with a
Great
sock
characters, yes.
or pantyhose.
And Jamie
or whatever it
Foxx.
was.
Damn
Jamie
Irish
Foxx is
people.
Wanda. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, have we
dude,
not hit the Irish?
Goddamn Irish people. Okay.
Well, I think we-
So I have a potato, and as such, I now am vexed with the classic Irishman's dilemma, which is, do I eat this potato now, or do I let it ferment and drink it later?
Because both are what you
Archer.
do.
I remember that from Archer.
Was that where I got that from?
Possibly.
Honestly, I couldn't
Archer.
remember.
It was
It's a
when
great
his,
show.
his
I feel like
mom, like the grounds or the maintenance guy at the building is Irish, and she as a gratuity she gives him
That's
a potato.
right, the
She's like, I don't
potato.
care if you eat it or drink it.
Oh, okay. Well, I had heard this before I'd ever seen Archer, and it was presented just as I presented it. The classic Irishman's dilemma: do I eat it now or let it ferment and drink it later? It's not original. I just don't remember where I got it from, and it was before I'd
I
ever
believe
seen
drinking
Archer.
the potato will make you fight quicker, or somebody stealing your potato.
Whichever one makes you fight quicker. So that would just be getting my potato taken, because
That's
the
why
amount
I
of
just
time.
covered
Yeah,
that.
no, I agree. The amount of time it would take for me to ferment the potato would be weeks. I want to fight now. I'm
I
Irish.
have a radical idea.
Red beard. I'm Irish, man.
Radical idea. Let's give the teachers potatoes instead of rocks.
That's
or
a
guns.
that's a batical idea.
Batical?
Badical.
Hot potato turns into a much different game when the people playing are starving.
Indeed.
Then it just turns into my potato.
Then somebody eats a raw potato.
Yeah.
It's
Th-
too much
then,
starch
then it
for
just
me.
turns into a game of my potato.
Too much
Again-
starch.
Again,
That's
my,
a Dimitri Martin joke.
my pancreas
of
does
who-
not like the starch.
Of whom I'm a huge fan. Dimitri Martin.
We all are.
His one-liners are amazing.
I liked his thing on like when you get the last of your drink.
And the ice hold.
And, yeah, brothers, hold, brothers,
Hold!
no, and whoosh. Yeah,
Yeah, Dimitri Martin, fucking fantastic.
what the hell was I gonna? I was gonna say something to you.
Was it racist?
Could have been.
Oh,
Could have been. I don't remember.
But even if it's not racist, he's white, so it's
It-
racist.
right. There
Yeah,
you
if
go.
covered-
anything I say,
we've
I've
covered
assumed
that.
that
Yep.
since you being a pure white.
I am the most Caucasian here. Yep. It was about In Living Color.
Yeah, just get a T-shirt that
okay.
says "pure white." I don't see that. I don't see that going. I don't.
Pure white.
I don't
Because I
see
believe
that.
we left off with one.
I don't see that going
One.
wrong at all.
Okay. But no, that was okay. John Leguizamo,
Oh,
I love John Leguizamo.
because he came up with his own In Living Color style show.
I still love him. I would watch him do anything.
I like him now. I didn't like when he came out with his show. I didn't think it was funny. Did you watch it?
I never watched any of
No,
his.
I didn't figure you
I watched
did.
I watched his one man shows, his comedy specials, where he was basically doing a play. Usually, it's his life.
Yeah, more like
Okay.
the one-man
Characters,
show
yeah.
type one.
Right. I didn't see
and he's
that.
brilliant in that. But you have, as an actor or anything, he's got to be cast in the right way. Like he did the movie called The Pest.
Rendon loves John Lego lasagna.
Yes.
Well, he's in the first John Wick movie.
He's in both John
He's in
Wicks.
both of them.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like him now, and I liked him in that. I actually
Super
liked
Mario
that Romeo
Brothers.
and Juliet movie
Okay.
they made.
Yes,
You're the one.
that was
I'm
a
just
good
kidding. I actually
one.
dug it. I dug it too because it was different.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was Shakespeare in a modern setting.
Yeah.
And
Fetch me my broadsword, and it's like a shotgun.
right, they're literally doing the play
Yeah.
based in that the time period. It was
I want to
filmed
watch
in.
it again now. I really like that.
It
movie.
was great. It was perfectly casted. I thought. I'm not a huge Claire Danes fan.
Okay.
Not, but the movie worked. I
Mm-hmm.
thought. John Leguizamo as Tybalt was beautiful.
You're
Beautiful.
catching the carpet there. Mr. Killer. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna hang out here till y'all go to sleep. Then I'm gonna make poops in your sneakers.
It's okay if you don't eat all the
Gonna make little
Oreos and
poops
bring
in your
home snacks
Snickers.
from a cat.
No one heard you, by the way.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
They may
That's
have
okay.
heard distantly from my mic.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
maybe, yeah.
That's okay, just the way it is.
Oh no, they got Jimmy's dog.
Oh no.
Oh no, he can get me through the screen.
Oh no.
I used to do a Consuela perfectly.
I still try.
No.
Every time I hear my name from a supervisor,
No. Mr. James, no.
here.
No,
And if they
Mr.
say
James.
something else, need more lemon pledge.
We need more lemon
You
pledge.
buy.
No, you buy more lemon pledge.
But I didn't like. Of course, I was a teenager when his show, John Leguizamo's show, came out, and I didn't think it was funny. But I really enjoyed In Living Color.
It was good. It was such
And
a
then
good show.
Mad TV was all right.
We watched classic
It
Miami
depends
Vice, and he
on
was in a few episodes as the main bad
which-
dude's son.
Which Mad TV? Because there was the early Mad TV that was kind of, and then God, I can't. Michael McDowell, whatever.
Yeah, Michael.
Stewart.
Yeah, when he
Stewart!
came on
Yeah.
board as a writer and producer.
Oh,
and
he
all
was
that,
writing for the
Yes.
show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was good.
Okay.
Will Sasso is just a tool.
That was the big guy, right?
Yeah,
I-
I cannot.
because of the age I was when I was watching Mad TV, I loved every second of it. Will Sasso was like my favorite.
I don't know.
Besides
his-
Stewart and Miss Swan.
Oh, God,
Miss
I hated
Swan.
Miss Swan.
When I would get drunk, I would do, and this has been backed up. This wasn't just my opinion of me being drunk. When I got drunk, I could do a perfect Miss Swan.
Oh.
And I would just spend the rest of the party just being Miss Swan. And I would
Oh my
just
God.
and I would just go like I would just have my drink and I would just like, no, you look like a man.
I would have left.
To everybody,
I would've
all the fucking time.
hated you.
And people loved it.
Not this guy.
Classic Miami Vice. I've only seen probably a dozen episodes of Classic Miami Vice.
God.
And
So
I-
we're talking like 80s.
And I liked it enough, right? And I liked it enough. I just
Oh, man. I can't speak to that at all.
The Violator. Oh, they fucked up Spawn so bad, but they're redoing it.
Oh my, yeah, they
the
are.
creator is redoing it.
In the time of reboots, they're rebooting a reboot of Spawn, and I wonder how bad it's gonna suck. Because I really hope I can't read what he just
McFarlane-
wrote and not imagine it as the Asian dude in South Park. Like I'm trying
Hello,
to.
Shitty
welcome
Wall.
to Shitty Wall.
Welcome to Shitty Walk. I take order.
Van Hamies, I really hope that you're going to follow and that you make this a regular thing because this is good. I like
Yep,
this.
we liked the back and forth, and we have the YouTube channel, and fucking check it out and plug.
Yeah,
some shit.
YouTube also.
Yeah, because we'll post this, the recording of this on YouTube, and we have a bunch of videos there and shit too.
Severe Cinema,
Yep, check
both places.
check it out.
And so anybody who's watching now, well, we already said it, but I'll say it again. We're going to do it. We're going back to our roots.
Severe
We're
Cinema.
doing it.
We're bringing
We're
the
gonna watch-
cinema back to Severe Cinema.
We're going to watch some movies. And Mr. James, you want to join us for?
You,
I will
want to do a
join
guest
those.
spot?
I will join.
Okay. We have other people that have been promised guest spots, and so we can definitely make guest spots a thing on the new Severe Cinema.
God, yes.
100%. I'm hit and miss. I'm too old for notifications and that crap. Well, luckily for you, fine. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Yeah, no, like, give us a follow or whatever. If you want a notification, cool, turn them on. If you don't,
If you
Fine,
don't, Tuesday
man.
nights, man.
Yeah.
Tuesday
Tuesday
nights
nights,
is
tune
when
in.
it happens.
Tuesday nights.
Get off my lawn.
Oh, shit.
Sometime, get off my lawn, you kids. Sometimes we stream video games remotely on Tuesday nights. Sometimes we're here doing Severe Cinema shit on Tuesday nights. Sometimes it's a couple nights a week. If you want a notification, cool. If you don't, fine. It's fine.
If you prefer a schedule, Tuesday nights.
yeah, we like having
Tuesday
you.
nights.
Just follow the 2 rules and you'll be fine.
So, Stewie, did you get any sleep on the flight? Oh, I didn't sleep a wink. My pillow smelled like farts.
Used to walk in you used to walk on an old dude's lawn when I was in my 20s and would laugh. But when I hit 40, I understood completely.
Yes.
So tell us about
You can walk on
You're
my
over
lawn
40,
if you want.
tell-
It's got stickers. Like, the whole fucking thing's made of stickers. Like, you will just, like, all up in your
Right.
fucking shit, like burrs everywhere.
The front part
Take
of my
'em.
lawn where I parked the garbage can, in this little corner of the curb where it pulls up in the driveway, it's all stickers. So when I piss at my kids, I say, go take out the trash.
God
And
damn.
it's
They're
also
gonna
to
come back
keep
with stickers.
whippersnappers out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking whippersnappers.
But it's just in that one section. Nowhere else in the yard are these stickers.
I had a disagreement with my neighbor that lived across the street before he moved out. He lived there before he moved out. This disagreement happened just a couple of weeks after we moved in. They were having a garage sale, and my wife and I were like, oh, maybe we should do the fucking neighbor thing. 'Cause we never had a house before. It was our first house. So we did the neighbor thing, and we walked over, and hi, we're the fucking new people. And I bought a desk from them. That was the shitty desk I had downstairs for a while.
Okay.
But anyway, he was telling me about people in the neighborhood, like people that have neighborhoods. Everybody watches everybody, apparently, fucking perverts. And he was saying, yeah, there's always kids running around and stuff like that. And I got my daughter, and she runs around, and she was running through this guy's yard a couple weeks ago. And she didn't have no shoes on. She ran through his yard and got a bunch of stickers in his feet, and I about kicked his fucking ass.
Yeah, because it was his fault.
And so I said, maybe she shouldn't have been running through other people's yards. And he goes,
we don't take kindly to your
"Nope,
kind around
nope,
here.
Just the glare," and then he just walks off.
Like
Not
there's
another word. Like
no
we're not
possible
we're
way
not going to get along.
that he could be a bad parent
And that
or
was
have made a mistake.
Literally, and you don't necessarily have to be a bad parent. You just have to think maybe it's not somebody else's fault. But that was the last time I ever spoke to him. Not another word was uttered between the two of us after maybe she shouldn't have been running into other people's yards.
Maybe.
And that was it. And I get it. I have kids. If my son went anywhere and his fucking feet got full of fucking stickers, that shit hurts. I would feel really bad for my son, and that would put me in a bad emotional state because I feel bad. My son's in pain. But I would not go, fuck that motherfucker who had a yard
Right.
that my kid was running through. Fuck that guy. That's a stupid way of thinking.
Well, something else about your neighborhood, there were down the street, not necessarily your neighbors, but like where there's a curve, so we're talking like 5-6 houses down. They were like, and this is when we had the get together at your house. Their children, their very, very young children, were playing in the street, and cars were coming, and they wouldn't get out of the fucking way.
Yep, they still do. And they still seem to be the same fucking age.
Yeah.
3 years later. And they just let them out there. And I mean, I swear on my life, these are kids in diapers.
Yeah.
And I know that
Yeah.
because that's the only thing they're wearing.
Yeah.
And they're just
Truth.
outside, just playing in the street and at
And
the
you
curb.
wonder if the parents even know.
and in the yard and like my son, and I feel bad for doing this because my son's outside riding his bike with my supervision. And he's hi trying to get those kids' attention, and in that particular situation I'm like, no, don't. Like, I don't want there to be any sort of interaction with their parents. I don't want that to happen. Please don't talk to those other kids. I know it's a shitty thing to say to a 4-year-old, don't make friends, but don't talk to those people because obviously they don't make great decisions.
Well, like cars are coming, and they like just look at you, and they're in the way. Like they
They banned lawn
They
darts because
banned
of
lawn darts
It's because of our
shit.
generation that
Yeah.
they're banned.
because too many kids were fucking dying.
Yeah, they
Kids
they
were
turned into
fucking
weapons.
dying.
It's like in Grown Ups, that scene in Grown Ups where they flip the arrow up, and the last one standing is the
Got
winner,
my eye on you, Mo.
oh
and
shit.
it comes down on his foot.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. We throw the lawn darts up.
Lawn darts weeded them out.
Thunk, there's in a thigh. Oh, it's in your foot.
Drop a bleach in the gene pool.
Right. It was bad. Those things were sharp.
Well, they were darts. they
And
were just big fucking darts.
But
You
now-
were basically
they-
throwing knives across the yard.
But they've brought them back in a form where they're plasticky
Right.
with rounded tips, kind of like practice arrows.
Yeah. And they should have done that in the first place. They should have been like, new and improved lawn darts, now with less death.
That is true. We didn't use training wheels when we were learning to ride our bikes. Our dads grabbed the steering wheel and the back of the bike and just fucking shoved us. They ran alongside it for a little bit the first few times and then shoved you. Your brain had to really quickly figure out, how do I stay on this damn bike? You learned that coordination very quickly. That's the way I taught my kids. No training wheels. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they all ride bikes easily.
Yep. And it's a lot of people are going to think that the reason why training wheels are more prevalent and stuff now is because of safety and blah blah. It's just laziness. That's it.
I had
like,
head trauma.
Just,
I'm all right.
just people want to just be able, and I'm not talking about like safety. It's pure laziness. People want to be able to just set their kids on a bike and say, "Go away." They don't want to teach them to do anything or interact with them. That's weird. There's just, here's a bike. It holds itself up. Go ride it. It's pure laziness.
Same with setting them in front of the TV or giving them a tablet.
Right, which is another thing that we don't do.
Well, we do, but at 7 o'clock, you can't use them. We set the timers, limits. That's
Right.
it.
And there's boundaries is the main point there, period. Like, your life shouldn't be filled with one of anything. You shouldn't ever be just doing one fucking thing all the time, regardless of if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But with Liam, I'm doing with him what was done with me. I didn't get a bike until I was probably older than a kid should be before he got a bike. I was like 8 or 9 before they bought me a bike. And at that point, I had never ridden a bike. I didn't know shit about fucking balance, nothing. So they got me a bike with training wheels, and I was this big fucking 7, 8-year-old kid.
Yes, Brandon.
Yes,
you should try
Brandon,
it.
God damn it. On a bike with training wheels. And so I did that for a little bit, and that was easy, that was fine. But my stepdad still didn't want to interact with me and teach me how to ride a bike. He had fucking another kid to beat.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to ask.
Right. So what he did, and this is what I'm going to do with my son, with less beatings, is after just a little while, he took the wheels off of the training wheels. So the metal bracket was still there, but not the wheels. And so if I didn't want to hear on the fucking asphalt, I learned to balance and keep it in between the bracket. And so I would balance, so I wouldn't have to fucking deal with that. And when I could balance, he took the brackets off, and that was it. Nobody ever taught me how to ride a bike. It was just, I didn't want my ears to hurt anymore from the thing. So I bought Liam a bike with training wheels really early, when he was like almost 4. And now he knows how to ride a bike with training wheels, and he understands how the fucking this shit works and everything like that. So soon, I'll take the whole thing off. I'm not just fucking doing the brackets. And we'll try it without training wheels. But I felt like it was a good idea to start him somewhere where I didn't have anywhere to start.
Yeah, listening to his childhood makes mine really look like that perfect white childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine too.
That would have been
Right.
nice. The whitest thing about my childhood was the trailer park.
Oh.
Yeah.
The rest
Van
of it,
Hamies saw Alien at 7.
saw Alien at 7. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
y'all get ready for this.
Okay.
I've never seen Alien.
Okay.
Okay. Usually when I tell people that, like, they just lose their fucking mind.
No. It's
Like, I understand the
definitely-
memes. I know what happens in the
Okay.
movie. It's been around long enough that I know what happens.
Oh, you got it. You got the dots.
I've just never seen it.
You got
There you
the
go.
dots.
And it's
There's
one of
your-
those movies, like, I don't mind movies from that time period. I love 80s movies and 90s movies and stuff like that. I do. But I feel like if I watched it now for the first time,
You listen to Nerdcore, but no Alien.
okay, I feel like, one of the only reasons I haven't watched it is because I feel like since I've never watched it before, if I watch it now, I won't be able to be impartial. I'll
Okay.
think it sucks because it's old because I didn't see it when it was newer.
No, it's still good. It's still good, and you get Bill Paxton freak out. It's worth the
Wait,
watch.
I
Just
do
for-
like Bill
Bill
Paxton.
Paxton?
Is Bill Paxton an alien?
He's in Aliens.
Oh, the second one. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
So never mind on that. But you
Sigourney
still get
Weaver.
an alien.
I know about Sigourney Weaver and all that. That's why he was like Bill Paxton. I was like, I like Bill Paxton. Where
He was in the second one. Sorry.
I don't remember hearing about him in there.
Yeah, we got it. I'm a dumbass. we established that. We established that far earlier in the evening.
But yeah, and I mean, I'd watch it, but we already established my list of shit I need to watch is way back there.
Long.
Like
There's there's
even
there's
just
movies
80s
that
I've
I
only
haven't
ever
seen
seen.
that people get pissed off. I'm like, I'll get to it.
I've only ever seen Terminator 2.
Oh well,
I haven't
that's
seen-
good.
That's a
I haven't-
good-
That's the
Right,
only
and from
one
what I
you've
hear,
seen.
that's the one you should watch.
That's the-
But I haven't seen any of the other ones. I've just watched Terminator 2, and I watched some of the one with Christian Bale, and that was it.
Okay, that was terrible. Salvation
And that-
was
and that-
terrible.
yeah, and that was
However,
like 20
Genesis is worth the watch.
Genesis
because-
is good. Yeah.
Genesis actually tidies up all the fuck ups from all the other Terminator movies.
But that would mean nothing to me because I haven't watched them.
But you don't need to.
Okay.
Because Arnold will explain to you the timelines
He
and
will.
fixes it for you.
Old man Terminator.
Yes.
All right.
Now avoid Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines
Oh.
altogether.
Now that I've heard over and over.
That's
Because that's been the reaction.
That is a
100% of the time that I tell people, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the good one you've watched. Don't watch 3."
Yeah, no. That is a dumpster fire full of shit.
Dumpster fire. Is it a burning house of dirty diapers stuffed with
Yes.
dead dogs?
Yes. Well, that works too.
Alien is still relevant now. Visual artistry in the movies above and beyond the other movies.
Agreed.
I'll watch it. I really
Okay,
will. It's
so
on the list. I promise.
I have a confession. I also have not seen Alien,
Okay.
the first one. Now, I am told that it is like the most terrifying of all of the aliens.
Which is another thing that's just going to disappoint
Okay.
me because movies don't
I
scare me.
wouldn't. Maybe when I was younger, it was terrifying to me.
Okay.
Watching it now, it's not terrifying because I know what's happening. Maybe
Okay.
Do you think if you didn't, it would still be
I think
even somewhat scary? I don't get scared in movies.
two instances really, because then you begin to expect it. And I don't want to ruin the movie, but there's
I get spooked really fucking easily playing scary video games. I'm a huge pussy. Can't play scary video games.
I do the same thing,
but watching scary movies, it's
Right here.
no reaction.
Right here. That explains it.
It is from a horror perspective because you were more in the movie out of all the Alien movies. Okay.
right. Because now you know about it, the sequels, you come to expect all the little jumps and blah blah blah. There's really two moments in Alien that got me, and it's how the alien got in him and when it burst. But then you started
And
expecting.
those are things that, like, it just being around for all these years, I know those are things that happen, even though I've never actually seen it. So, quick talk about horror movies.
Okay, so hold on. Before we move on to that, we were going to talk about Infinity War.
We were.
And
I know.
we
I,
did get to,
Like
hold on.
2 hours
I
ago.
thought about it several times.
But this is because there's a scene on one of Thanos' ships where Spidey says we're going to do the alien
Uh-huh.
thing. This is where that comes from at the end, where there's a hole in the ship and sucks it out.
And that's another one of those things. I've never seen it, but I knew that happened from all of the
Right, and it was a great
references.
moment for me.
Just saw that today. Hype. I'm glad
Yes.
you saw it because we were going
We
to
did.
spoil the fuck out of it.
Yes.
While we're on horror movies, though, I'm going to say real quick, because I did say that horror movies don't scare me, and that's not entirely true. One of them did. And it was the only time I've ever been actually terrified because of a movie, ever in my whole life. And it was, believe it or not, Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
I've actually heard that from other people.
Yeah.
I
and-
enjoyed the first one. Then it's like, why are you doing the more?
Right, no, for sure. For sure. After the first one, the novelty was over, but that's why. It was because it was novel. We had heard nothing about it. I didn't know it even existed, but we were up in Kansas City at Legends Mall, and with a couple of friends, Michael and Braley, and we were going to watch a movie. Why not? We got time to kill. Paranormal Activity was playing, and we were all like, I like scary movies, let's go watch this. And we all sit down, and it was the first movie ever that I had seen, including Blair Witch Project, because this was still different, that was it pretended to be real. It said, this is real footage. This is shit that really happened. And so I got in that mindset and I was like, this is shit that really happened. And nothing truly terrifying happened in that movie.
The Blair Witch?
Just creepy shit. No, in Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
And just slightly creepy shit happened. Nothing truly terrifying. And so I watch this movie and like I have some jumps and I'm like, oh fuck, oh shit. And like I'm a little scared and everything, and the movie ends and like there's this dude that stands up and he screams at the fucking crowd. That was weird. And then we go home and everything's fine, except I can't fucking sleep that night.
Right.
And I barely fall asleep that night, and then it's all I think.
What
It is. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then like I'm tired as fuck the next day, and I get home after it, and I've thought about it all day, all fucking day. I thought about Katie. I still know her name. And then I get home and I can't fucking sleep that night. And when I do sleep, it's broken sleep, and like I wake up and I feel like I'm looking around and I'm like looking for somebody standing by the side of my bed. I got freaked the fuck out for like 3 or 4 days.
I have not watched Insidious. I've wanted to.
Insidious is another one. It's on my list, and I mean literally my list. I have it downloaded to watch. We just haven't gotten around to it yet.
What is the movie that was based on the doll?
Chucky?
No, not Chucky.
That's what I thought.
The female doll. The
Bride of Chucky? No, I know you're being serious. I honestly don't know.
The Conjuring, I think, is what it is.
Bitch of
Yes.
horror movies. Worst for me was Insidious movies. Freaked me the fuck out. I paused the third one. Insidious is definitely worth a watch. Conjuring is the movie.
Annabelle, thank you.
Annabelle.
Yeah.
Okay. See, now these are ones that I honestly haven't seen any of those.
So the first.
So maybe
Conjuring
those would also
and Leave
freak
It Be?
me out. So maybe those would also freak me out, but I haven't seen them. So to date, of the ones I've seen, that's the only one that's ever scared me a little bit in the theater and a lot later. Like, it actually freaked me out.
Yeah.
The Conjuring is 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
And I've seen some cool movies that were supposed to be like horror movies that ended up being cool. I don't even remember the name of one, but it had to do with like
See, I mean, with horror
the
movies,
plagues or whatever. That one's
they
pretty
just became all the same, and that's why I quit watching them, because it's like it's the same thing.
good. And I've never liked slasher movies. Like I
like the classic slash movie, like Friday the 13th,
yeah.
and no more than that. The original Halloween, I loved it, and I actually liked Rob Zombie's take on Halloween.
See, now I really
And
want
the
to see
sequel,
Rob.
because
Yeah.
because I don't want to. If you haven't seen him, I don't want to spoil the second one. But he takes such a different take and kind of wraps it up in 2 movies versus the 1,200 other ones that have come out.
The gore and vor and shit like that, it always just seemed over the top to me. Like I couldn't get in a mindset where I felt like it was realistic, even if they made it look realistic. My brain never stopped going, yeah, obviously that's fake.
Cabin in the Woods, is that the one with the flesh-eating virus?
Or is that the one? Oh no, I love Cabin in the Woods.
That was that psychological freak out thing.
So
where they were like in this like Matrix type world,
Yeah.
and they couldn't get out. Yes, okay.
So and
Now,
it was all a
yes.
simulation and shit.
Right.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods, I love it. Not scary at all. Like not even 0% scared, but it was a great movie. 13th Ghost, not scary. Love that fucking
I
movie.
loved it. Yeah, I didn't get it.
That's my mom and I's like as my mom and I together. That's our favorite movie. We watched it together like a million times. We love that movie. Not scary. Not to me a horror movie. But it's a good movie.
So movies that because Rob Zombie, I was a fan of his music, but when he did House of a Thousand Corpses, I was like, that's badass. It was just it was just a visually pleasing movie to me. And plus, it had Walter Goggins in it, and I'm a Walter Goggins fan. Love this guy. Then he made let's see, it was House of a Thousand Corpses, and then oh god, my head's I'm getting tired. But he made the sequel. He just makes good movies for some reason.
And I've
he's
heard
a
that.
huge horror fan,
Right.
So he's making movies
he's making fan
from the
movies.
perspective of fans.
Right.
And what he did with Halloween was amazing. House of Thousand Corpses, and now he's doing The Devil's Rejects. That was the sequel to House of Thousand
Devil's
Corpses.
Rejects.
And now they just finished making
I didn't
the
even know
third
that was
one,
the sequel.
where they were in prison and it's Free the Three or whatever it is. But I'm really interested in it, and low key, they're really good movies. A lot of people bagged on the second one, but if you go back and watch it, it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Because the characters were pushed out of their home where they were murdering people and whatnot, and so they went into a survival mode. So it took on a different take, where they were a lot more violent, because at this point, now they're killing to survive and get away from the man, so to speak, the law, because they were after him. So they hook up with other people that are criminals and violent people, and people didn't like it because it wasn't the same characters from the first movie. Well, people evolve. When you're put in a situation where it's fight or flight, you're a different person, period. And when you go back and rewatch that movie, it's amazing what he did. I think he writes great movies. And there was another movie I haven't seen yet called 31, I believe. I think it's about killer clowns. I think that's why I can't watch it, as I fucking hate clowns.
You and everybody
I have
else.
seen Event Horizon.
That was awesome.
It
I liked
was.
Event Horizon.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, is that the one where they like go to the edge of the solar system or whatever and find that gateway or something, and it makes people crazy?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Strangers. I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay.
But it did remind me of this one that I saw semi-recently. I think it was earlier this year. I can't remember the exact name of it, but the premise was that the girl, the main protagonist, is deaf and lives in a house out in the country, and obviously she's highly functioning. And there's a killer, and he's basically taunting her. Like, she finds out that he's killed her friend, and so she locks all the doors and stuff in the house. And this killer is like taunting her and stuff.
I thought this was more of a home invasion based on a true story out in California.
Not this one. This was
The
definitely
Strangers?
This was definitely like a freaker movie. But I'm saying this.
Hold on, IMDb.
The Strangers, I think, is a different movie than the one I'm describing, but I think the name is somewhat similar, and so it made me remember the other one.
Okay.
But I'm not familiar with The Strangers or 31.
Event Horizon was fucking awesome.
That
Lawrence
was.
Fishburne, right?
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Or Morpheus.
Okay, so The Strangers. The young couple staying in an isolated vacation home are terrorized by 3 unknown assailants.
Okay, so I have heard of that one. I didn't.
Based on a true story. Okay, yeah.
Deaf girl scary movie. My Google Foo is strong.
It is.
What was that one?
Hush.
Oh.
It's called Hush.
Gosh.
It's a really good movie. Not scary or freaky at all. It's more of a thriller, like anticipation and stuff, and not really any jump scares. Not really a slasher thing. Just a lot of anticipation, and I really like it.
Well, that's what The Strangers is. And I haven't seen it, and I've wanted to. It's actually, I actually have it downloaded to watch, and just never gotten to it because the interest kind of wanes on it. But then people start talking about it and saying you've got to watch it. And for that reason, what he's saying here
The bad people
is that
don't say anything.
they're silent. So there's that anticipation of what are they going to do? When are they going to do it?
And I think that's kind of why Hush was good, because the protagonist didn't say anything. She was deaf. I don't think she was mute. She just didn't talk, because a lot of deaf people don't talk.
Is that a recent movie?
Yes. Semi-recent, like in the past few years.
Okay.
The bad guy.
It Follows was amazing. It's a low
Follows.
budget horror, but it was good.
I don't know anything about it.
It's worth a watch. It really is. If you like anticipation horror and kind of psychological horror, this is a good movie.
Which apparently is the only kind of horror that I'm really into, because those are the ones that have had the biggest response from me. In The Strangers, they didn't tell the actress what was going to happen, or they would say someone is going to bang on the front door, but really it's the other to the house, so there was some real fear aspect.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool. Honestly, we should probably just
seems
start...
like that might have been read from IMDb trivia.
We should probably just start, like, kidnapping people.
Okay.
And just put them in a house and have scary shit happen and film it.
What about a would you rather type of situation?
Yeah, there you go.
James could be Bevins.
Bevins.
That was such a fucked up movie. Drowning people, poking his eye out. Oh,
yeah,
man.
the eye thing is what sticks with me. The
Dude,
cutting your eye
I couldn't
open with a
look.
razor
Do you
ball.
remember? I couldn't watch that part.
Yeah, Ryan was almost like through his
But
fingers.
you know, the only reason that I actually watched that movie was what's his fuck from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I tuned into
Which
it.
one was he on the movie?
She was on time.
He's the one with the pompadour.
Yeah.
And he had kind of sideburns because he was still, I guess, filming Trailer Park Boys.
Nope.
Hold on. He'll...
Okay. And okay, so
It
I
wasn't
like
Bubbles.
what?
Not
What was his name?
Bubbles.
See, it's Mark Paul
Rob
Travis.
Wells.
Rob Wells, yes.
Is the actor.
Show him a picture. He'll...
Okay. I like the fact that Sasha Grey was in it, the porn star, and also Jeffrey Combs.
And then
Yes.
one of the top posts. Holy shit, boys! Ricky is in the movie Would You Rather?
That has such a huge following. I fell into that TV show on accident, and then I couldn't stop watching that fucking train.
Watched A Quiet Place. Okay, so A Quiet Place is one of the ones that's high up on my list because of John Krasinski, for one, and two, the premise, and the fact that people won't shut the fuck up about it. And normally I don't like to jump on the bandwagon like, oh, I should watch this just because everybody else likes it. But I also don't avoid those things. But this one is sticking out to me as something I should watch because now, even though it's been out for a few weeks, people are still marveling at it. People are still like, I watched Quiet Place and it was fucking awesome. And I'm like, didn't that come out like a few weeks ago? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Not as good as people are exclaiming about, but it's still good. So basically, it's good enough that I should go in there and keep an open mind, and maybe it'll be amazing, but maybe it'll at least be good. I still want to give it a shot.
So you're a Star Trek fan, though, right?
I am actually Star Trek, Star Wars. I dig those movies.
So you know who
He's
Jeffrey
just a
Combs
sci-fi
is
fan.
in his many roles in Star Trek. Jeffrey Combs.
Yes.
Recurring role.
As
Recurring
Ferengi
roles.
and Dorians and random aliens.
That's the one I remember the most.
Vorta. Yeah, I'm a fan of Jeffrey Combs.
Was great. What was great? Not cheap jump scares, just a great story and suspenseful. And that's I care about great story no matter what. That's my favorite.
What was that movie that was written by? What was it? Peele?
Oh
Jordan Peele?
that one. That's another one that like I can't wait to see.
Right.
And it was Shut Up or Get Out. Get Out.
Get Out.
Get Out. That's another one.
I'm interested in seeing this movie because it got so much rave from critics and fans.
People flip the fuck out, and I'm a
As
huge
in
Peele fan.
Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
in Jordan Michael Peele.
Yeah. I really want to see this because some people are saying it's horror, some people are saying it's not. It's like a horror comedy. People are just saying it's thriller more than a horror movie. So because people can't put it in one place,
Yeah.
I'm really interested in it now.
And like he said he liked how it was filmed, but the race stuff about it, snore. And I get that because there are a lot of movies that get made just because of, like every fucking Medea movie. Like Medea movies get made.
I have never watched one and thankfully never will.
Right. Medea movies get made for the same reason that all of Eddie Murphy's
Norbert.
the Clumps, Norbert, the same reason those get made, and it's because they low-key play the race card. That's the whole premise behind the whole fucking thing. So I get what he's saying about snore when it comes to that kind of thing. However, I don't know shit about that movie. I don't know shit about Get Out except that
I agree. Eddie Murphy has talent.
Yeah.
It's just waned on us.
Yeah.
He's
Eh.
can't find anything original to do.
so he just plays himself
Yeah.
in various fat suits. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Beverly Hills Cop fan, huge Eddie Murphy fan. I love the guy. And when I was a kid, I absolutely loved seeing him in fucking Dr. Dolittle and
Yeah.
the fucking fat people one with the clumps. Whatever the
I
shit
Nutty
like that.
Professor.
Yeah, Nutty
well,
Professor. I loved that
loved
because I was the age of a
the-
person that loves that.
the
Looking
only
back as an
problem-
adult now, I'm like, you did that?
Right. The only problem I had with the Nutty Professor was his take on Buddy Love. It was way over the top, more than it needed to be. The character was supposed to be his alter ego, what he could not do. his testosterone
Right.
coming out to play.
Instead, it turned into
a
Evil
ju-
Twin.
Yeah, and a real bad joke of a character.
Right.
It was a caricature of the character. It was terrible.
Caricature.
And I felt like it was a slap in the face of Jerry Lewis. But the rest of the movie, his take on the professor and everything was good. But I just felt that one character kind of hurts the movie to me. And then when it was the Clumps, when he was just playing those characters everybody loved at the dinner table, the family, it was good. The Clumps was a better movie to me because it didn't have the over-the-top bullshit in it. That's Eddie Murphy. And then he comes along with Norbert, and you're like, I want to punch him in his nutsack so hard he'll never make another movie. But then he makes Dave, and you're like, fuck.
That's a really hard punch to the nutsack to where they never make a movie again.
It's bad. If you watch it, you're like, what the fuck? And then there's Dave, and then he disappeared, and you're like, thank you.
Fade into the distance, like you should have.
I know a lot less about movies than you guys.
Well, that's because you like a lot less movies than we guys.
Very true.
And Mr. Ryan doesn't really say this anymore, and I'll take a little bit of credit for that because I would call him on his bullshit every time he would say it. Mr. Ryan used to say, I don't like comedies. And,
You don't enjoy them.
And at first, when he first told me that, like, my initial thought was, oh, really? Tell me more about that. And then as our friendship blossomed, and he started telling me about all these movies he's seen and enjoyed, I was like, you're full of shit. You just don't like some movies. Like, that's it. I don't like comedies. No, there's just some comedies you don't like, bro.
Wow.
I don't even remember, like, there were so many that, like, I would mention, and he'd be like, oh, yeah, I like that movie. And I'd be like, you can't. You don't like comedies.
What about, like, Black Sheep, or...
Don't know it. Like Meet the Spartans,
Farley?
all about it.
Meet the Spartans. No, don't know it.
Wasn't that... No, that wasn't Will Sasso. His was the 300... It was another 300 spoof, but it was called something different.
I don't know if any Will Sasso did.
God damn it. Now I have to Google it. Will Sasso Spartan
Meet
movie.
the Spartans. I'm not... I don't know that one.
It was a spoof on 300.
Right, no, I
The
get
Legend
what
of
that is, yeah.
Awesomest Maximus.
Oh God. Okay. No, I've never heard.
I
of
think
that.
I've seen bits and pieces of that.
That
Yeah.
was that one.
Does he play Leonidas in that one?
I don't know. I have
I
That
think he
would
did.
be-
I think he did.
Oh man.
But he played like the Cowardly Lion version of Leonidas.
Lion version.
Cowardly Lion version, he said. Like Cowardly Lion from Wizard
Oh,
of Oz.
from Wizard
If I
of Oz,
remember
right.
this correctly, that's what it was. He was kind of a pansy type of king.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so I'm not sure. I just know of it. I used to like comedy the last 10 years, so turned off.
Right.
See,
I
I'm
don't
with
know.
him.
I don't know, man.
I can't disagree with that.
I just like
can't.
movies. Like,
I
I don't really watch movies and go, I didn't like that. There are movies I like more than others, 100%. Very rarely do I watch a movie and go, I don't like that at all. That sucks.
I think it does exist, but I think it goes straight to streaming services now. I think you got to dig for it.
Oh yeah, like
Your raunchy
Netflix has
comedies,
some
yeah.
some raunchy stuff.
Yep.
Some TVMA shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of their rating
Like
system,
F
is
is for
obviously
family.
fucked because there's a movie that just came out with David Spade. I think it's
maybe.
David Spade. Called Father of the Year, and it's rated TV 14. There are so many f-bombs, shit, asses, partial tit references that should not be TV 14. But I guess maybe I'm lost in the fact that in my genre, I mean that's a rated R movie
Right.
or PG-13, but more than likely it's an R-rated movie. But now I'm thinking that passes as TV 14. I'm like, because I turned it on, I think it's gonna be cool, funny little stupid funny movie with David Spade. And I'm watching it with my oldest son, and I'm like, holy shit. I look at him, I'm like, this is not for you.
But you have to. That's another thing that's cyclical, that comes around full circle. So, 20 years ago, 10 or 20 years ago, that would have been like rated R or fucking NC-17 or some crazy shit like that. Now it's PG-14 or whatever. But if you look back to like Airplane was rated PG.
It was, and that
Making
should not
tit
have
shows,
been.
dick jokes, saying
Right.
shit, goddamn, damn, fucking all that shit. Except literally the word fuck. Everything else, making tit jokes, balls, dicks, all that stuff, all those 80 movies. Every Leslie Nielsen movie, almost all of those are rated PG.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the rating system is fucked up. Because the shit that when
Anthony
I didn't-
Jeselnik is fucking hilarious, but he should not be your last hope as a comedian. There are so many new comedians coming out there that are good and putting out good shit. You just have to find them. And of course, it's fucking late and I've had whiskey, so I can't remember all their names right now. But yeah, don't give up. Anthony Jeselnik is great, though.
so Brandon
Brandon needs a Saturday musical, buddy. Oh, Kelly, you need to see The Greatest Showman. Yes. I've been told over and over I need to see it. I
wanna
have
see
it
it.
downloaded. I want to see it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I like musicals, but you guys know I like everything.
right.
Now that's one thing I can say for sure. Solid hate of musicals.
Whoa. Okay.
Really.
Yep.
Every one of them?
Sweeney Todd.
Are you gonna bring up the Mormon
You
one?
bet I am, because we watched
The
a
Book of
shitty
Mormon?
fucking bootleg version of it, and you enjoyed it.
I did.
And it was a shitty bootleg
Okay.
version.
So you need to
recorded on
redo your
a fucking
statement.
tit cam at like 180p.
a tit cam.
I made
Take
that
him.
up.
That's a new thing.
Yeah,
Right there.
I invented it right now.
Right. Dibs.
Dibs.
Okay. So
Dibs on band name tit cam. Also,
I was bored for a lot of that, Mr. Kelly.
Sing in the Rain. We're gonna force you. We're gonna
We're gonna
Clockwork
force-
Orange your ass
Fucking-
with
Oh,
some musicals.
okay, but Mr. Ryan,
Yeah.
Mr. Ryan, I'm sure there are plenty of other movies, not even just counting musicals. There are probably a lot of other movies that you enjoyed as a whole that had boring parts in it.
True.
So yes, there were parts of the Book of Mormon that you were bored in, but overall, you liked it,
Yeah,
didn't ya?
West Side Story, Sweeney
Oh.
Todd, Sound of Music.
Okay. So this is among people that like musicals. This is no, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind.
Okay. What
I'll have a
soured
fucking
me
mob
on
outside my door.
musicals was I went to a live
Rocky Horror
showing
Picture Show.
of
Yes.
Miss Saigon
Yeah.
with my first wife. Hated every second. Wanted to slit my wrist with a Triscuit. So that soured me on
Wow.
musical. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's high in
It's a
sodium.
bad
You should
way to
watch
go.
out.
Yeah. So haven't liked musicals since.
So you had a bad experience and it soured you on them for
Yeah.
a while. You shouldn't make that a forever
Right.
thing, man.
You should watch Sweeney Todd and bring that back.
I even
There's
understand
murder.
lots of murder,
Sasha Cohen.
good murder.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
is in that as well.
Okay. He's
It-
fantastic.
And of course, what's his name's wife? What's her name? She's in
Every Tim
movie.
Burton movie ever. That chick, with Johnny Depp in every Tim Burton movie ever.
Okay.
It's-
You know the one I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
about.
I'm gonna pre-warn you. Normalization is an issue in this
Okay.
movie.
Little Shop of Horrors, hell
And
yes.
it might bug you a little bit, but the movie's still good.
What the fuck is her name? Brandon, what is her name? The chick in every
Tim Burton's
Burton
wife.
movie ever. Even
She's
before
also
they were married.
in Fight Club.
Because, yeah. Because why the fuck not?
She was the chick in Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait for it.
The delay is killing me.
I mean, I could Google it, I just don't want to. And I can't
Right,
seem
we've
to
been
find my way
Googling all
around
night,
that.
just-
A duet with Johnny Depp and Alan Rickman, what more do you need? Yeah.
Yes,
You gotta watch
Elena
Sweeney
Bonham.
Todd. Not all musicals are bad because you had bad experience, Miss Ryan. Just like you don't hate all comedies. Helena Bonham Carter. Yes, you nailed it. Her.
What, you nailed her? Good job. Good show.
I don't know. I mean,
I find her dirtiness somewhat pleasing. I don't know why.
Really?
It's because I have problems with other people. I'm not
Okay.
personal. I like my
way to
bubble.
narrow it the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
down there, coaches.
But people always give me shit because at work I'm constantly cleaning it,
I remember
wiping
her
it
from Fight
down.
Club.
Okay.
You know, keeping it clean, wiping it down. And people are like, "Oh my God, you're a germaphobe." I'm not a germaphobe. It's other people.
I don't have to be afraid of germs to not want to live in squalor.
Right.
She's awesome in Fight Club.
But
yeah,
for some
she is.
reason,
Everybody's
she looks
awesome
like
in Fight
she's
Club.
filthy, and for some reason that gets me going.
She is. And in this picture I just showed Mr. Ryan, she's literally at a red carpet event. And she looks
Looking
fucking
homeless.
filthy.
Yeah.
She looks fucking filthy. She looks homeless.
And I just
Like, honestly, she looks like she spent $10 on a jacket and pearls and then, like, punched her hair until it stayed up for a little bit and then went to the red carpet. I don't know why I'm showing you. You can't see this.
I also don't like heist
She's in
movies.
Ocean's 8 too. I love heist movies. I'm a sucker for
Yes.
heist movies.
Are
I
you
want to
gonna
see.
watch the Oceans,
I want to see.
what is it? Ocean 6 or what are they call it?
Oceans 11, 12, and 13 are the originals.
Yeah.
Those are my
Wait,
three
is
favorite
Ocean's
movies.
8 the new movie?
Yes.
Okay.
11, 12, and 13 are probably my three favorite movies, period. So I want to see Ocean's 8, even though, yeah, it's girls
That's
and
all
blah,
the
blah.
female cast, right?
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't end up like Ghostbusters.
Which I heard was terrible, but still haven't seen myself.
I watched it for myself, and the take on it wasn't bad. The characters weren't bad. The guys made their cameos, but something wasn't grabbing you for that movie.
So for that, it literally just could have been like poor writing. It didn't really matter that they were
possible.
women.
Right.
Because that's all I heard.
And
That's
that
all I
pissed
heard
me
was
off
it sucked because they were
again-
all women. It's like,
Again, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
It makes no difference. For me, the story doesn't grab you
Gotcha.
for that one, and it was if you felt nothing for the characters, nothing.
4.5 fucking hours. Holy shit.
Whoa, really?
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
I was gonna play video games later. Jesus Christ.
Well,
You ain't doing that no mo.
The way the middle dude keeps looking around at the ceiling is his way of trying not to say it sucked balls. Come on, bruh.
middle dude.
That's
You're
that's
the
you.
middle dude.
So what he's saying is, while you were trying to talk about Ghostbusters, you were like
Right. Okay.
trying to avoid
okay.
actually saying it
Because I
sucked
see talking about
balls.
West Side Story, and I love that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, it
It's a
just didn't
James
grab me. It was a shit
sandwich.
story.
James Sandwich.
Yeah, I'm digging that.
We're the white bread, and you're the you're the roast beef.
Ooh, I love me some good roast beef. I could also be some Black Forest ham.
My skin is white, but my neck is red. I like Miracle Whip on my Wonder Bread. That's from fucking God, what was the name of that movie? It was an old satire movie that was like making fun of. Here, fuck it.
Jamie Kennedy,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
B-Rad from Malibu.
but it was,
Malibu,
but it
yeah,
was,
it's another
it
one.
wasn't that one though.
Was
Maybe
it?
it was.
I think it was where he was.
I think it was. I think it was Malibu's Most Wanted.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
It is.
I agree. The villain
Nope.
of the movie.
It's from Scary Movie 3.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yep, from the rap battle in Scary Movie 3, and yep, there's a video of it. I remember it now.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
from,
IMDb
from
helped
Scary
me
Movie
remember
3.
that.
That was his. Yeah, that was his rap in the rap battle because it was spoofing on 8 Mile, and so they were up there doing a rap battle, and so the guy that was B Rabbit or whatever, like did his rap about being a white dude, and that was one of the lines in his rap that stuck in my head forever, I guess.
I watched Scary Movie, and that was enough. It was enough. I felt it was funny. It did its thing, and then
Yeah.
sometimes you go too far with your sequels, and they're not necessary.
And that's another one of the things you have to remember, that when I saw it, I was a different age.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I understand.
Than when you
I'm
saw it.
old. Yeah,
And-
I get it. I get it.
I was of a different era.
I loved the one with the dude with the little hand.
Yeah.
I think
Grab
it
my
was two.
strong hand!
Yeah. No, give me your other hand. No, it's not as strong.
Yeah, that was. I think that was
Yeah,
the
it's
same.
a
I think that was number
Christopher-
3.
Yeah.
But that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I was 15 years old. So I'm 15. I'm a fucking teenager. That shit's hilarious.
swearing and sexual jokes. Oh yeah,
Right,
For
and the
sure.
dude like jizzing the chick into the ceiling, and
that was the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, all of those, they was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
we
that
were
was-
excited
that was
every
great.
year for a new one.
And bats came out of her panties.
Yeah,
Yeah. I guess it's been a while.
for me, even though I love Airplane and the '80s comedies and stuff, for me that was Airplane. It was joke after joke,
Oh, I got
spoofing
you,
on
yeah.
shit, and it was funny, over the top stuff. And as a 15-year-old, I was like, I'm not doing that again.
The entire decade in a
Just so ever.
right.
Entire decade in a clip. Yep. Shit. We're not gonna get to Infinity War.
I don't think so. We might
we'll,
have to save that.
we'll end up at 6 hours.
Right. Oh, yeah. We could do a whole podcast just on that movie.
I think we need to revisit
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I'll need to watch it again.
because it all stemmed from you having a question
Yeah.
about Infinity War, and I was like, ha, 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 ha.
There's been enough time. Time to spoil the shit.
Yep. I am Groot. Well, he is Groot's son.
Yes. And now we're gonna have Groot's grandson, or is this still gonna be Groot's son? We don't know how they're gonna play this.
I don't know yet.
I can't.
Try again. Try again.
I can't.
And okay, so no, I think I figured it out though.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
Because I watched you do it once.
Yeah.
Hat off, motherfucker. So I watched you do it once, and you're not doing what I thought you were doing. Right.
You're doing it in the middle.
I'm doing it in the middle, and you are like smushing your fucking shit to the side.
Yeah.
And I never realized that before. So I'm always trying to go. I'm always trying to go straight middle. Like,
Yeah. So it's just
so I'm just
blowing
blowing
right
through
Yeah.
a fucking gap here. No, you're just using your hands to smush your face into a weird fucking shape.
Yeah.
I have a beard, so there's air gaps.
I do too.
Mine's bigger.
I heard some
Almost.
vibration in there.
Almost. There was some vibration. I'm really fucking lightheaded. So there's a. It's not much of an inside joke, but there is a reference to the double palm fart. Ryan and I used to hang out with a dude that was, again, straight up kooky dukes. Like, he was just a weird fucking man.
Dave T.
Dave T.
Oh, he's still Kooky Dukes.
Is straight up fucking kooky dukes. But anyway, Ryan, for whatever reason, because we were making fucking fart sounds, Ryan just went and made the fart sound, which I just did with my lips, but he did with his double palms. And then Dave did it, and then I was like, I can't do that. And they
we're
were
like,
and they were like, no, you can do that. And I was like, I can't do that. And they were like, you can do that. And I was like, look.
The funniest thing in the world.
And they lost their fucking minds. And have made fun of me for it ever since. Dave T is no longer in the picture because he's banana fucking sandwich.
Yeah, he tucks his undershirt and shirt into his underpants.
Wife beater tucked into tighty whities and then shorts.
I didn't need the references.
It's like a sex nuts retard strong layer cake.
This is true. God, he's such a nut.
You know why you
Haven't seen
can't?
Alien.
Haven't seen Alien. I'm gonna come out of my living room from seeing Alien and just be like, fart
Yeah.
all over the fucking
Just
place.
loud as could be.
Wake up the family. Everybody's like,
I know. I still want to be able to.
what
do
happened? I
Wanna
saw
be able to-
Alien.
You could do this one.
Well, you.
I think my guns are too big. I don't know if I can
yeah.
get it over to my. A little bit.
That's what you're saying.
My guns are too big. I don't know if I can get them over there. I don't have the lips. I don't get it. I have big beautiful lips.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I can't do it. It's something I do weird with my mouth. Like, you know how you have a kid, like you blow raspberries on their tummy, and you.
Right.
I can't do it. I can't
Oh
do that
my
to my
God.
kids. My kids don't get that
You're
from me.
depriving your children.
I
of
don't
something
know.
great.
I can't do it. I've tried. So yeah, so I just tickle them and like love them other ways, but I can't do
The
that.
raspberry. Oh my gosh.
My lips are big and voluptuous, but they don't form seals.
Voluptuous lips.
You bet your sweet ass they are.
Oh, man.
You know what? I can attest that when he shaved, it freaked everyone out.
Yeah, I
Freaked
saw
everyone
him.
the
Oh yeah,
fuck out.
Yeah.
I've done theater. Like I've worn makeup. I've worn makeup and wigs. I've shaved my legs, my face. I have super long eyelashes. I have green eyes, and I have big ass lips. When I get made up with makeup and shit, I'm pretty. Fuck yeah.
He's fabulous.
I believe it.
I'm a pretty lady.
Well, you should. I can't get to it really easily in this. It's in this room, but I can't get to it. You should show him the
Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm already on it.
So we found a Severe Cinema thumbnail, and we did him up on my.
He was
digital-
He was practicing his Photoshop
I don't
skills.
need
Yeah.
to do that
So-
because all you have to do is look at my sister who's 10 years younger than me, and we're like twins.
So we
That's what I look like as a chick.
so
Alright.
we practiced his Photoshop skills on a picture of me. And I just have to find it. I have it in here somewhere.
It's beard tummy rubbing time.
And Brandon apparently has a picture of him in makeup. Well, he lives with a bunch of women.
Well,
doesn't
so
he?
we need to get made up so we can be in this fun.
I
We
agree.
can just Photoshop
That's true.
everything. Wait till you
we
see
can,
this shit.
We can Snapchat filter it, but
Yeah, with the dog nose and shit.
It's going to take me a little bit to find it because I have a lot of different picture folders.
Yeah,
So
that
you,
was the
you guys keep talking about something else.
that was the night that Michael came over and helped me with Photoshop.
Yep. Taught you some stuffs.
You did.
I is not a Photoshopper.
I got you.
I'm a bad Photoshopper.
I'm a full blown amateur digital artist.
All right. Look at that. Get all fancy and
Yeah.
bougie on us. I am a photo digital something or other. Artiste.
Hell yeah.
Artiste. Me, I'm just like red lines. Fuck.
In fact,
Race.
I helped draw Mr. Kelly's tattoos on his arm.
All right.
These. He basically designed these for me.
All right.
Well, okay, so that's way too much credit.
I said basically.
Essentially.
He designed them. I put them together. So like he wanted like the end of the sword to be the lion head from a different picture, and then he wanted
pommel.
this sword, yeah, and he wanted this blade and this hand guard, and so I just put them all together and then made it one sword.
I know I still
I
have it
don't
because
think
I
I've
came
watched
across
any
it
of her
recently.
porn either.
Haven't watched what?
Saucer Gray porn.
So she was
I know that she started in the industry young and she retired early
Right.
and she went mainstream. Wasn't it the Girlfriend Experience? That was what launched her mainstream career.
I have no idea. I know she did a voice part in Saints Row that was really good.
And she was in Would You Rather.
Yeah.
Which
Wasn't she in
her
that-
being in Would You Rather caused me to search her and see her in porn for probably the first time, or at least the first time that I even paid attention.
I've never actually watched the Girlfriend Experience, but I know that there was a big deal about her being in it for no good reason, because I guess, again, as human people, we need something to bitch about
Yeah.
and have hatred for. But
Super raunchy. Yeah, she does like bizarre things in porn. That's like her thing.
I know she was also in that show. I think it was on Showtime or HBO, I don't know. Entourage. She was in that
God.
for a little bit.
She get naked in that.
Yes, full blown nudity, and
Full frontal.
she is not afraid to
Found it.
have the bush.
So I
No,
found
she's
it
not.
just in time because Brandon sent me his picture of him in
Okay.
makeup.
Ah,
So first,
You probably shouldn't show that on stream.
I don't. Brandon,
this is family friendly.
yeah, and it's up to you whether or not you want me to show yours. Here's mine.
Oh my god, I got tingly.
Oh yeah.
there. Let it
It's too
too bright.
Too bright. Yeah. Try the middle one.
Bring. Let me just try this real quick.
Yeah, we can kind of see it.
There it is in the middle one.
Brandon said, "Go ahead."
Holy shit! You is purty.
He is pretty, and his caption is absolutely right. He looks like the fat dude. He looks like the fat dude cross-dressing at the end of Mulan.
Oh shit! Yes.
Just like him. The little mustache.
I don't know how I feel about that right now.
Sexually
Moulin
awakened.
Rouge. Did you like that movie?
Oh yeah, yeah, I did actually. That it was like
That's-
someone.
that's another fucking
The director
musical.
was
Yeah,
on
that's a
crack.
musical. That's a musical. So fucking take it.
No, I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Too
All
late.
the singing.
You like
take backs.
if you like almost any Disney movie, you like a musical, you bitch.
He's in there singing Mulan songs when we're gone.
Actually, be a man. And so exciting. No,
I love
No?
this. I love this
Nobody?
dude.
I know.
I love
I'm
this
so
dude.
glad I came out here, man.
I like that I can call you out too. I don't like musicals. Hold up, let me tear that apart.
Right.
Oh.
I don't like comedies. Hold up, you're wrong.
I don't like video games.
You a dumb son of a bitch.
I don't like drawing tattooed stars and
You had so-
jewelry on Kelly's face.
You had so much fun doing that. We were,
Oh,
we were
God,
laughing
I
the
did.
whole fucking time.
I did.
Let's get down to business to defeat
defeat
the
the
Huns.
That was a good movie.
It was. It was good.
It still is. I don't
Yeah,
want to say
didn't
it was.
my kids have watched it multiple times.
Oh yeah. The Emperor's New Groove. We dig that one too.
Mhm. I haven't seen Kronk's New Groove.
Don't.
I don't think like. I just wonder if the kids would like it.
They probably would.
I'm sure I probably wouldn't give a shit. Did you know? Did you know that The Emperor's New Groove was originally supposed to be like not a comedy? Like it was originally written to be like gritty and dark, kind of like The Lion King. It was supposed to be like an epic Lion King type
Because The
movie.
Lion King is some dark shit.
Right, and then that's how it was originally written, and that's what it was supposed to be. But due to creative differences and the idea getting scrapped repeatedly, eventually they just dumbed it down into like a slapstick comedy, and then it was born, and then it ended up being fucking gold.
Yes,
Obviously, it was amazing.
absolutely.
But that was just the dumbed down version of what it was supposed to be, which was like a Lion King type epic.
Has anyone seen Macbeth?
I've read Macbeth.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never watched
I've
it.
seen the movie. Okay.
I haven't seen the movie.
Is that what the fuck is his name?
Patrick Stewart's in it.
George Clooney.
Sir.
Sir Patrick. Oh, he's a knight, or
He
he's
is.
nobility now.
He's knighted.
No, I'm trying to think.
He's a Nida.
He did most of the Shakespeare movies, even the one with Mel Gibson. Ugh.
Shakespeare movie with
Hamlet,
Mel Gibson. Which one? What am I?
Hamlet.
Oh, okay.
He's the blonde guy.
For some reason, when I
What
think
is
Mel
his
Gibson,
name? Damn.
I can only think three things: Passion, Lethal Weapon,
And anti-Semitic.
and fuck. No, what was the other one?
So you got
The-
Lethal Weapon in there, right?
Yeah, the only three things I think of when I think of Mel Gibson: Lethal Weapon, Passion, and then there was a third one, and it was in my head.
Road Warrior?
No,
Oh God.
Braveheart.
Mad Max.
Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart. Oh, yeah.
And obviously, I realized that he was Mad Max, and was great. And I realized that a lot of people didn't, but I liked The Patriot.
I like the Patriot.
I liked The
a good
Patriot
movie,
a lot. I realized he was in other movies, but when I think Mel Gibson, I just think those three movies.
What about What Women Want?
Oh God.
Yeah.
like that movie a lot. If I watched
Dad, what are you doing? Exfoliating.
if I watched it now, I'd probably be like, "That's stupid." But but when I watched it, I was like, "I like this movie." Of course, I like chick flicks. I like everything. Why are we still even talking about this?
Come on, bro.
It's just been
What do we-
it's just been determined. I like all movies and all music and all video games and all things
Kenneth Branagh.
and all animals.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's the blonde dude.
Yeah, he directs most of the Shakespearean movies, and he's brilliant. I love Kenneth Branagh.
Whose headset is this back here, by the way? Did I move back here? This blue
The
Logitech.
blue one, that's mine.
We have the same headset.
Okay.
Well, it was kind of weird because I game over here sometimes and have never brought my headset over here. And when I
Maverick?
got here, my
I didn't
headset.
dig Maverick. It
and
was-
when
I
I
didn't
got
think it
here,
was a
my
great
headset
movie.
was sitting right here, and I was confused because I didn't know we had the same headset.
Robert was
I like
wearing-
James Garner though, but Maverick I didn't like it.
That
James
was
Garner.
the
Air America, yes, it was a good movie.
Air America.
Oh, speaking of
With him
Maverick,
and,
I've also never seen Top
Tony
Gun.
Stark,
I got nothing.
What about Tony Stark?
Air America. It's a good movie.
Oh,
It's got him and Mel Gibson in it.
yeah. I've never seen.
The
Like I
year-
said, speaking of Maverick,
Don't
I've
say
never,
Bird on a Wire. Do not. Okay, thank you.
I like Payback.
Payback was good.
I love Mean Girls.
Get the Gringo is a recent one he's done, and that's actually really good.
Really? Because I've
Yeah.
seen it, like the picture of it, and read the little blurb, but I didn't know if it was
It's
any
actually
good.
fairly good.
Yeah, I've never seen Top Gun.
So what?
Oh,
how-
and
how
don't
did
forget
the-
Machete.
Oh, I fucking love Machete
Machete. How did Top Gun get put? Into
because he said Maverick, and I was like, that reminds me, I've never
Ah.
seen Top Gun.
Okay. Yeah, that was Tom Cruise as a very young
Okay.
man.
I thought you were about to hit me. Like, I was like,
So okay, about Top Gun, I watched an interview with Chuck Yeager, long ass time ago, probably late '80s, and he talks like they were asking him about Top Gun and like it's like how does this because he was a really experienced pilot and did some things.
so how does it stand up? To
Yeah, it's realism.
Yeah,
And he's like, no, it's nothing like that. So the big issue he had with it is like when somebody gets hit with a missile or whatever, they're like talking through the whole thing, like I'm coming apart and I'm out of control. He says that's like not even anything.
No.
He says like you're concentrating on saving your neck, and that does not include talking. So.
I know there's a homoerotic volleyball montage.
There is.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
It goes on for way too long.
Yeah.
man.
I kind of want to watch it. Like,
It's like
I'll
really.
keep my dick put away, but I just kind of want to watch it.
It's just such an awkward scene because I believe he goes from the homoerotic scene to banging the chick.
That is
And
correct.
it's just such an
So
awkward
it
part of the
almost
movie.
it almost infers that he got super fucking turned on and had to go bang something.
right.
Yep,
That's
Kelly
awesome.
McGillis.
Yes.
Is-
Yeah,
Three bangs and-
yeah, definitely. Go ahead and post it.
Yeah, so you've not seen Top Gun?
No.
I don't.
I
You need
know
to watch it.
It's in one of those that it's been around long enough that I know a lot of stuff that happens because of references, but I've never seen the movie. Let's pull that up. Loading.
Is that an F? I assume it's an F-14 because we're talking about Top Gun. Kind of looks like an F-15 from here.
They have one of these like 3 or 4 miles from where we live.
That's an
F-14.
Look at you.
That reminds me, I can't wait to play War Game.
Oh man, strategery.
I can't wait to start playing another strategy game I don't know how to play. Since I just learned how to play the other one we just bought.
Well, this one will be easier.
Will it? Because it looks
Yeah.
way fucking more complicated. Okay, cool.
It is if you're not shown.
Okay,
What to do.
well, you'll teach me.
Yeah,
I would expect you bought me the game. I would expect you to teach me how to play it.
for show. Oh wow, 6 people.
Hello, 6 people. Feel free to say
Hello.
hi. Van Hammies is kind of carrying the conversation. You guys need to jump in here, say what's up.
Going on 5 hours.
I ended
We
that
are.
sentence weird. Say what's up.
I expected like we would talk for a couple hours and I would fuck something up, but we have not done.
That's
that
where I
yet.
thought he was going with that.
Hell nah.
Nah, man. I
That's
do.
not how
I do
this
wish.
shit works.
I do wish I brought myself some pizza or McDonald's.
Right. Right, kind of hungry.
I had a quart of celery, but I also now had that quart of celery like 7 hours ago.
Right, I know. I had that one
So
sandwich
hungry.
on that artisan cheese bread from Panera.
What makes it artisan cheese?
I have
bread?
no idea.
Is
It
there
tasted pretty good.
is there an artisan behind the counter that's like it's like I made this.
I made this, and I'm an artisan.
Yeah, this is
Artesian.
what does artisan mean? It means I made the fucking bread. You want it?
Right.
Like
All I know is it's really good cheese
McDonald's.
bread.
McDonald's.
I'm not a big McDonald's fan.
We should get on Reddit and go to the Random Acts of Pizza subreddit. I've actually participated in that subreddit. I don't know why. It's stupid, but it warms my heart. Random Acts of Pizza is literally what it sounds like. People go on there and they're like, "Hey, I want pizza." Sometimes they post a sob story. Sometimes they're like, "I can't pay bills today, and me and my 3 dogs are gonna die if we don't eat."
Brandon says pizza.
But there's also just as many people that are like, "Hey guys, I'm like baked as shit and I want a fucking pizza." And then there's people that are just like, "Hey, I have plenty of money. I'm just lazy and I want a pizza." And so people will go.
Oh, don't worry.
and they'll-
Kelly's taken like 6 or 7 pee breaks already.
And they'll and they'll just order those people a pizza, and then just have it delivered to their house. It's just a random act of pizza. I've bought probably like a dozen pizzas for people.
Oh, wow.
Like I find like sob stories that like I relate to, or like people that are just like, "Yeah, I'm super fucking baked and want a pizza," and it's like, "Man, if I was baked, I'd want a pizza."
I
You
have
get a
a-
pizza.
I have an issue with lactose. I won't say completely intolerant, but I'm very sensitive to dairy.
Does it give you gas?
It gives me gas.
You get the tutors.
And yeah, and I get a little bit of a tummy ache if I have a ton of cheese and shit, but I can't stay away from pizza. I can't. And
I have friends that are
If I-
full on lactose intolerant. They're like, "I'm not gonna stop."
oh no, I will eat.
They're like, "I'll hurt
Me and my
after this,
oldest
but I'm
son
gonna do it."
Matthew, we will eat pizza, cheese sandwiches, grilled cheese. Just, I mean, I make gooey grilled cheeses with like at least 3 different kinds of cheeses, right? Because I like that mix, and it's so good. The flavors mix. And then, like literally within 20 to 30 minutes after we eat something like that, and just the room fills with the sulfur, you know, and you feel like you've hotboxed the house, and you want to crack a window, but then you want to see who cracks first.
Right? You're like, bask in it. Did you see what he said? Can you read it?
You dick.
And he has. He's been here for a few hours.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Ryan! We can't post this whole fucking thing.
No, it's gonna be a 5-parter, motherfucker.
Nobody's. That's what I mean. Like nobody's gonna watch part 4 of our podcast.
This way we
Okay,
have-
we can do 2.5s
Yeah, that's probably what we'll have to
at
do.
720p.
Yeah, that's what we'll probably have to do. That's hilarious, Brandon.
Well, are you guys ready to wrap it up at 5?
I think
Yeah,
we're
because
ready to wrap this
I'm
up.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna eat one of you.
Okay.
He's getting
All right.
Ravenous, which is actually a really good movie. Also,
Ravenous.
Ravenous.
I mean, that's
It's-
really good. Dibs on Ben
it's
named
based-
Ravenous.
What is the Donner Party? Is loosely based on that.
I'm super fascinated about that story too.
So, Brandon, thanks for hanging out
Absolutely.
for so long, and Van Hamies, thanks
Van
for
Hamies.
hanging out.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Come back and see us and shit most Tuesdays.
Almost
Here.
every Tuesday. And check out our YouTube stuff. Get notifications or don't, that's fine. Just check in every once in a while, see if we have something new, because we probably will.
Mr. James, thanks for joining us this
Absolutely, it
evening.
was very enjoyable.
Yeah,
Had a
it
great
was
time.
nice having you. Wouldn't have it any other way. And if you're watching this on the YouTube channel and you've made it this far, congratulations. You win the loss of like 5 hours of your life.
Of us just bullshitting.
Congratulations, and thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.